Welcome in, everyone. We are back with I Was a Teenage Exocolonist. The Adventures of Rin continues, and let's get into it, shall we? We are in the second half of the game. We've turned 15. We're attempting very hard to become friends and better people, and we've got our friendships fairly high. The new people have come in, and we're still working on that. Maybe not him, but everybody else. We are an any all tomboy-ish type of person. And it looks like Mars has hit a relationship threshold, and we would like to have a word with her. Mars is working in the depot today. You find her sitting on a pile of boxes, drumming her feet against them as she flips dismissively through a magazine on her holopalm. Every so often, she snorts at something she's read and rolls her eyes. "Oh, hey Rin," she says as you approach. "Would you rather have a really bad body odor for a whole day, or have to spend the whole day naked?" Good question. I think I'd be fine naked. Me too, Mars says. I mean, if anyone can still be fabulous with no clothes on, it's probably you and me. "I'm reading some of the teen magazines from Old Earth," Mars says. "You know, like fashion and makeup and dating and stuff." She turns to a new page and reads it aloud. "Don't be afraid to use green concealer. You may look like the Wicked Witch at first, but don't click your heels and go home. Stick with it, and you'll be on that yellow brick road to clear, beautiful skin." Mars laughs incredulously. What does that even mean? Color correction concealer can be useful, depending on what you're trying to do. It comes in green, purple, red, and yellow, I believe. But you have to know what you're doing. I sure as heck don't. "Papa taught me to put on makeup because I wanted to be pretty like him," Mars says. "But it was never like, cover up your blemishes, make your nose smaller, hide your scungy pores, and that's all they ever talk about in these things." "What's up, Plague? How you doing?" And it's like, was Earth fashion really about making everyone look as small as possible? What was wrong with them? Mars gestures to herself. "I was the biggest kid the whole time we were growing up, and I've always been gorgeous. And that's not just my genetic enhancement talking." She's not wrong. She was a pudgy girl when she was growing up, and she is still a cutie. Like, she got all the curves, man. How could you complain? "You're doing a bit better. I feel less sick than yesterday." I'm so glad to hear that, Plague. I'm so sad that you are having a viral problem. Feel better, man. Remember, hydration is key. "Sometimes I think they should have just made everyone unable to feel shame," Mars says. "Like, all these magazines talk about is how to fix your flaws or act different so people will like you. It's such a waste of time." Mars tosses her hair over her shoulder. "If people don't like me, they can flick off. I literally don't care what they think." And that is the upside to being shameless. We already knew her augment. She literally does not care. Mars pats the box next to her, and you climb up and sit by her side. "The dating advice in these things is good, though," she says, flipping through a few pages. "Like, my dad's taught me about reproduction and stuff, but they got so squicked out when I asked how you actually get someone to have sex with you." She rolls her eyes. "Teenagers on Earth were apparently very worried about getting boys to like them," Mars says. "Like, look at this quiz. 10 ways to tell if he's super into you." Mars smirks and angles her hollow screen away from you. "Oh, let's see how into me you are, Rin. First question. Do you have any cute nicknames for me? I do. I do. Mars laughs. Really? Tell me. Actually, no. Don't tell me. Second question. Do you get nervous around? Never. I'm brave. Why would I ever get nervous around Mars? Yep, that shameless hussy. I'd imagine she'd be amused. Not even a little bit. Mars acting like she's affronted. Last question. Do you ever go out of your way to see me? A little bit. Aw, Rin! Mars beams. I am happy whenever you come talk to me. Us sophisticated folk gotta stick together. Mars makes a frustrated noise and dismisses her hollow screen. Ugh, this is so wimpy, she groans. What was wrong with Earth, teens? If you want to know if someone likes you, just ask them. It's easy, if you're not a coward. I got the upgrade. Mars turns to you and leans in, bracketing your legs with her arms. You can smell her body lotion, light and floral, and feel the heat of her chest against your arm. She pouts and looks at you through her lashes. What about it, Rin? Do you like me? I like Dis more. Oh, shit. I mean, it's true. It's true. Because, like, Dis is friendship. Mars is friendship. Dis is friendship. Mars is friendship. Mars is such a fun character. She always has such a great dialogue. I agree. Like, once you realize that her augment completely ensures that she cannot feel shame for anything and everything that she says, her very strong, like, bullying ways, especially when you're kids, makes a lot more sense. And she's actually not trying to be mean. It's just kind of a side effect, if you know what I mean. But Plague Doctor has become ruler of the vote. Therefore, I must flirt. He has said so. It's not to love about you, gorgeous. Mars smiles and tilts her head back. I didn't say love, she teases, but I'll take it. Oh, you're such a flirt. But we can now get into a debate with her. I mean, we have gear that's helping us, but still. We currently have a cool jacket just like Mars's. Literally the same jacket. Yeah, her being a bully when she's a kid and trying to be a governor when she's older makes total sense due to her augment. Like, if you thought that Governor Lum was shameless, no. Mars is shameless. She says anything and everything on her mind and does not give a shit what you think about it. Because she can't. She literally can't. Lum, however, does it on purpose, so. Her and Rex being the main poly route you can go makes so much sense with how much the two flirt. It's true. It's true. I agree, the colony should be under some colony governance and not some outsider stuff. But hey, let's get into a debate. Mars would never stoop to using her fists to get her way, but she loves a good fight nonetheless. You ask her what she would have done differently if she had been the captain of the Stratospheric when you landed, and her eyes go wide. She launches into a laundry list of shoulda wouldas, and whatever she says she would have done, you offer reasoning for why it wouldn't have worked. After a little while of this, Mars is positively invigorated. Wow, you really thought about all of this, didn't you? She says, cracking a little smile. You're totally right. It's a lot more complicated than just making decisions and telling people what to do. Thank you. It's so important to have people like you around to keep me on my toes. She cracks her knuckles. Okay, but when I'm governor, I will do so much better than the adults can. Lum isn't shameless. He wants to feed his ego. Well, he acts shamelessly on purpose, Trav. That's what I'm saying, is he isn't shameless. He acts that way on purpose. He is definitely on an ego trip, a power binge ego trip. But, like, his supposed shamelessness is not real. Hers absolutely is genuine, because she literally cannot feel shame. Literally. I have to actively avoid flirting with them every chance I get, because I just end up getting the same route again. That seems like a you problem, Plague. You're such a naturally flirty emo, it's funny. We are gonna hug a pupper. Rex spots you and waves. Well, his whole body at you, thrumming with excitement. Ren, he explains, it's another beautiful day on this beautiful planet. Wow, what a time to be alive. He looks around at the ruins of the colony and lets out a little laugh. So what if it's a bit of a fixer-upper? That's all right. I'm good with my hands. Oh yeah, you are, big boy. But we are gonna get a hug, because that is what we do. Tammy. It is late dust, which means that it is Cal's birthday. Oh, Tammy. It is a home, and it's a home because you're here, Tam. Please, don't ever think that it's not. What would we do without Tammy? I don't want to remember. It was a very dark time. Lum is also only the boss because so many of the high-ranking people on the ship just died on the way through the wormhole. Yep. I always thought that maybe instead of the geoponics being damaged on the way through the wormhole, some place where the governance of the ship were hiding. I mean, we know that it's just part of the script that these things happen, and, like, they happen every run, and there's nothing you can do about it. But it's definitely supposed to feel like nobody thought the wormhole would be that damaging, or that their technology wouldn't be able to hold up to it or whatever. Like, they didn't realize. And so the weakest part of the ship is what got damaged. The stratospheric was just a weaker ship. The heliopause was meant to be sort of a bit more of a warship, so a bit hardier. But still, they lost a whole section of the ship because of a weak point that they didn't realize. You know? It's so cool. You guys have people who aren't boys or girls, too. Nami says, twisting a long piece of their hair around their finger. Mom and Dad told me that sometimes people on old Earth didn't understand stuff like that. And your ship left Earth before us, so maybe it was even worse then. They give you a bright smile. But they weren't worried for nothing. Everyone's so nice here. Of course, Nami. You they them monarch. We are in any all right with you, babe. Any all. I am a gender fluid person this time. Because I felt like it. Look, Mayrin Altheatova is a she-her all the way through, thank you very much. But I can play whatever gender I want to for pretend. That is how that works. Tange frowns as a unit of soldiers in the heliopause jog past her. An entire ship of thick-skulled warmongering idiots, she sneers. What a relief. Surely all of our problems will go away if we fire lasers at them. Sarcasm queen, let's go. I still love her so much, her and her big brain. She's got some problematic thinking, but how can you not love her? Nem! I know you think Vase is hot, but he's not. He's just not. He's an asshole. Why do I talk to you? I don't know. Goodbye. Dis is still here. Dis is still here. Hey, Dis, you're still here. Yep, too many people, too much noise, too many mouths to feed, too much of the horribleness of it all. Cal, it's your birthday. Oh, he's catching a nap. But I found something you might like. Ooh. I don't have any blue bobber fruit. I don't have any cake. I could go buy cake, but I'm just gonna give him a Xeno egg because he likes those. Oh, wow, an alien egg? And on my birthday, too? You're the best, Cal exclaims. I wonder if we can hatch it. Thank you, Rin. He lifts it up and scrutinizes it. Anemone's always talking about wanting to eat a big old alien egg, he says. If this one's not fertilized, I'll give it to her. Aw, sharing is caring. Sharing is caring, Cal. Ooh, and a friendship. And a friendship. Mayrim to Tange. I can fix her eyebrow. No, you don't understand, Plague. I don't want to fix Tangent. I don't want to fix Tangent at all. I just want to worship Tangent. It's fine. She can become an AI. Just let me worship her, please. Pretty please. And perhaps I could convince her that her biological body isn't a waste of time and space and effort and sensation, then maybe, just maybe, I get to keep her. But it's okay. If she becomes an AI, it's fine. I will just deityize her and it'll be fine. Like, she'll love it. Cal likes cake more than anyone else does, and there's a stress reduction too. I am aware. But I am saving up for something, so please forgive. You know, I'm halfway through the game. I gotta save. You had plans to hang out with Cal today, but when you arrive at the Geoponics Dome, it is worryingly dark inside. You fumble around in the red emergency lighting until all the lights come back on with a heavy ka-chunk of a breaker being flipped. You blink into sudden blinding light until the figures of Cal and Chief Engineer Instance resolve themselves in your vision. Absolutely no more of that, young man. Instance scolds Cal as he cradles his hoverboard in his arms. The power grid is not your plaything. I understand, Auntie, Cal says. I'm sorry. Instance mutters to herself as she passes you. Honestly, all of this over a toy. Hey, dude, Cal greets you. Sorry, I meant to meet you outside after work, but... He looks down at his hoverboard. My board wouldn't start, and I figured it was maybe out of juice, and then I plugged it in, and it threw off all these sparks, and then the whole power grid shut down. Cal's shoulders slump. I was gonna ask Dr. Instance to take a look at it, but she told me she doesn't have time to fix a dumb toy. Well, I don't have the engineering I would need to take a look at it, but don't ask Cal, I already know how to fix it. Cal looks at you critically. Really? I didn't know you were good at fixing things. Memories of having fixed Cal's hoverboard in another life guide your hands as you open it up and set to work. Even more quickly than before, you're handing the fixed hoverboard back to Cal. It floats, just as you remember. Radical! Cal shouts, and then covers his mouth with his hands. I mean, this is so totally cool, Rin. Thank you so much. To celebrate, Cal lets you take the first spin on the board. This time, you manage a smooth lap of the Geoponics Dome while Cal cheers you on. Yep, sure did. Came to me in a dream. I just knew. I don't want to read this because it makes me sad. So I'm not gonna. You can't make me. I have read it before. I'm sure I will read it again, but... Your dad is in deep conversation with some official-looking people from the new ship. You arrive in time to hear him say, they're not aliens, they're livestock. I should know. I shovel enough of their... He sees you and brightens. Excuse me, fellas, my kid's here. We'll have to continue this later. He throws his arm around your shoulders and walks you away. Thanks, kiddo. You showed up just in time. No problem, Dad. Happy to save you from the idiots and the heliopods anytime. Mom? She's smiling. She's smiling. Mom, you're smiling. Oh my God, you're still here. I would love to tell you what I learned today, but I don't have the organizing for it yet. I'm close, though. I'm close. We need more persuasion, but I kind of want to go on expedition, but we need more everything. Grah. We'll work in the depot today. What's on the notice board? That is the question. Supplies are good? Supplies are good. Supplies are good. Fantastic. Colony security rating is yellow. We're still warm welcoming our new everything. This is where we're at still. Yay. Again, the only change we've really had is that Lum has taken over command, and we missed the announcement because we decided to tune it out. And that Utopia took over for Melatonin after we saved his life because he's like, I'm too old for this shit. Pee-pee, welcome in. Hey, how are you? I hope you are well. I hope you had fun yesterday. But we're gonna work on the depot today because I feel like it. Nobody can stop me. Mwahaha. You pass the construction yard on your way to work at the depot. Rex waves you over. Hey, come look at this, he says, leading you over to where a portion of the heliosphere is being married to the old living quarters with a scaffolding of mushwood. Isn't this wild? It's like our two ships are actually becoming one. He throws his arm around your shoulder. It's like a metaphor, get it? The colony and us from the Helio, learning how to work together, how we build our environment affects how we live, you know? You should come by and help me, he continues. It's really fun. We get to build things, and the construction crew is really nice, and you get to hang out with me. Wait, why not start right now? He hands you a plas cutter, a gun-shaped tool that emits a thin beam of superheated plasma. No time like the present, right? Seek always says we need more workers here. But you do have another job that you promised to do. Screw it, let's work hard. Let's go. And I got engineering out of it. Nice. I'm up to a whole 5. Woo! First run, engineering maxed. Like, almost immediately I was like, I'm gonna be an engineer. Second run, engineering, what's that? Dur-dur-dur. I cracked myself up, clearly. You help Rex hold up part of a wall while he fits a bracket in place. There's a lot of pounding and wiggling to get it to fit, which delights Rex every time he gets to make a joke about it. It's sweaty, rewarding work, and you learn something about engineering while you're at it. Chief Administrator Seek comes storming out of command to find you. Rin, they snap. Where have you been? I expected you hours ago. Seek is also a they-them, by the way. Whoa! It's my bad, Rex says, moving to stand between you and Seek. If he had a tail, it would be between his legs, the perfect picture of an apologetic puppy. I asked Annie to help out. We're super short on hands around here, and they did a great job. Seek grudgingly accepts that you did, in fact, do a good work. They tell you that you're cleared to help out in construction if you'd like, snidely commenting that you're better suited for manual labor than the job you were actually supposed to do today. Whoops. Well, now we have that. And becoming a carnivore has been locked into this slot. Well, that's a 5. That's a 4. We don't have a 3. We do have a 2. You can do a pair of 4s. Except this is a gem card. So actually we cannot do a pair of 4s. We can do a pair of 6s though. We will not get a 3rd stage number bump for Cal's pet, so we're just gonna do this. We have a pair of 4s that is boosted by our Hop Eye. We have a couple of flushes. Would this be better? That's a super goal. Mr. Scrake, welcome in. Thank you for the work. The lurk, not the work. I mean, also thank you for your work on modding Darkest Dungeon too. Since my brain decided to mix words. But also thank you for the lurk and execute Order 66. I cannot kill them, I'm sorry. I think Rex is an engineering toughness and persuasion empathy boy. I believe you are correct, Plague Doctor. Head empty? No, head too full is my problem. No thoughts? I wish that were the case. That's definitely a Rex thing, although he does have thoughts. But most of them are, am I a good boy? Yeah, I'm a good boy. Which is almost the same thing. All right, we win. We shall get organizing so that perhaps someday we can talk to our mom about it. And persuasion so that perhaps someday we will have a decent persuade. Maybe someday. Got some kudos as well, because we're super popular, so we got double. And a bit of stress, but not a ton, because we got a hot eye that keeps us way less stressed. Late dust turns into early wet, which means that it is now Nem's birthday. No, that's dust. Who is it? It's Mars. It's Mars's birthday. She's early wet. Yep. It's somebody's birthday. Unfortunately, this does mean I need cake for an asshole. Maybe I'll just give him a stick. It'll be fine. I don't care about him that much. Mars claps in delight as you approach. Rin, she calls out. Today I had a conversation with someone I haven't known literally since the day I was born. It was incredible. She clasped her hand to her chest. They didn't know about the time I played Ingenuity in the Kretsch play and forgot all my lines, or the time Cal's pants fell down, or the food fight we had in the Strato mess hall. They didn't know anything. We just talked, she exclaims, and we didn't run out of things to say. I mean, that would be, like, literally novelty. Sometimes I have a what-if story of Star Wars, and recently I stumbled upon a really hilarious quote by Mace Windu. I'm so tired of this motherfucker Sith and my motherfucker galaxy. That's a good line. Yep. He's also tired of these motherfucking snakes on this motherfucking plane, I'm just saying. I love any time that Mace Windu gets the snakes on the plane line. Like, it's all over the fan fiction about him, and it's so good. He is kind of a character that is very tired all the time, yes. No matter what movie he's in, he's just tired of this shit. Well, I found something you might like. I've got more flowers than crystal clusters, so flowers it is. She's getting flowers for her birthday. Well, I've had better birthday gifts. Mars sighs, rubbing one of the petals. But this will look nice in my hair, I think. Thank you. Of course. Rex. Rex is bouncing a small beanbag on various parts of his body, keeping it from hitting the ground. He stops and snatches it out of the air as you approach. Hey, Erin, you want to play? I got you a present. Have a stick, buddy. Rex shoots you a small smile. Nothing a dog likes more than a stick, right? Love that. Also, it's hug time. Oh. Rex looks up to the sky in a look of awe on his face. The only place I've ever seen water fall from the sky before was in the shower, he says, stretching out his hand to let the raindrops patter against his palm. There's so much of it. Is it like this every year? Yup, it sure is. Aw, yeah. So good. Rex hugs, the best. Let's see here. It's, I believe, assholes mid-wet tomorrow. And then, the twins are late. So. Tammy is standing on the stoop of the lounge, twisting her hands anxiously. I know the soldiers from the heliosphere are here to keep us safe, but I can't help but worry. Oh, sweet girl. I'm just gonna give you a flower just because. Tammy accepts the flower with a huge smile. Thank you so much, Rin. These are my absolute favorite, especially the yellow ones. Because yellow's your favorite color. Ooh, friendship event. Mace Windu embraced Samuel L. Jackson instead of the light side for a second. Yeah. Absolutely. Technically speaking, Mace Windu is kind of a gray area. Canonically, the reason why he rocks a purple lightsaber in universe is because he has touched on the dark side, mastered its strengths, and then decided, nah, light side for life. Outside of canon, what actually happened is that Samuel L. Jackson wanted a purple lightsaber, period, the end, and would not sign the contract to have it any other way. So they had to make up an in-canon reason why purple lightsaber exists. There you go. That's what purple lightsaber means. You have learned a fun fact that May knows. I do those sometimes. Tammy looks worried. She's hugging herself and pacing around. Every now and then her attention turns sharply towards the east wall. Hey, are you okay, Tammy? She's relieved to see you. There's something out there, she says in a quiet voice. Lots of some things outside the walls. I think they're far away, but I can hear them. What do they sound like? It's like... She struggles to describe the sound. Squeaking, super high-pitched, really long sounds, like metal, or like a broken Robovac scraping along the floor, only there's hundreds of them. You shudder at the thought. Ooh, we finally learned her augment. That's why they have the ears. My dad said he picked these ears as my augmentation to keep me safe, she stiffs. But all they do is make me scared. I hate my stupid ears. She bats at them with her fists, tears springing in her eyes. We are not going to make fun of her ears. Absolutely not. This is not an answer we will take. We could try to make her think that they're cool, but I do not think that she is the type who will care about that. So I honestly believe that the best answer here is it's okay to be scared. Because it makes sense why she's so scared all the time if she can hear shit that other people cannot, and it's scary. Also, now my favorite meme of Star Wars is Anakin being obsessed with the tragedy of Pelagius the Wise and his thesis. That is a pretty good meme, I will say. They could have just said, he just found this really rare crystal, but no, we'll have one of the top Jedi have been dabbling on the dark side, which is a massive no-no. That's great to find out that info. I didn't know that. Yep, I know weird things about Star Wars because I am a Star Wars fan. I am also a Star Trek fan, a Trekkie. I'm a both fan, which is rarer than you think, because usually it's a rivalry, but for me, I love them both equally. I can have my grungy Star Wars and my optimistic Star Trek and know that both are dear to my heart. I don't see why there needs to be conflict there. Oh, this sound is from the things that would have killed her before. Yeah, she keeps overhearing conversations with lots of things that she's not supposed to know. Gasp, you're a Starry? You fan both ways? Yep, I fan both ways. I don't actually know what Star Wars fans are called because they don't really have a name for themselves. As far as I know, there's no fandom name for Star Wars. You're just a Star Wars fan. That is it. Period. When you are a Star Trek fan, you're a Trekkie. But Star Wars fans are just Star Wars fans. It's the weirdest thing that they don't have, like, a fandom name for themselves. Or perhaps they just don't have a fandom name that they agree on. Because I know that the Jedi Church exists in the US as an actual legal church. I'm not entirely certain that the Sith have a similar thing, but I would not be surprised. And then we have the troopers that do cons and stuff like that. The 401. Which are a massive fan organization, and they're pretty, or the 501st, yeah, sorry, I don't know where my brain is. The 501st are a really amazing fandom organization. They're an organization now, you guys. They're huge. They're national. I think they might be international by this point. I don't know. I haven't looked into them that hard, but they're really cool. And they have also branched out to the Mandalorians now. Of which certain recently filmed things about Mandalorians required the Mandalorian organization that is branched off from the 501st for costumes, because they couldn't make enough costumes in time. There's no significant name for Star Wars fans. There's been attempts, but nothing caught on. Yeah, I just don't think we can agree on what to call ourselves. This thing. Star Warriors, Jedi heads, Lucasites. Yeah, things really haven't caught on. What's the best Star Wars show in my opinion? I haven't seen everything. Like, I'm not a hardcore fan who's seen all the things. I know hardcore fans who've seen all the things. My favorite show, like, running series in Star Wars is probably The Mandalorian. Mandalorian's good. For the movies, it's hard because I absolutely do love the original trilogy, which is technically the middle of the story. The first three movies were okay, but the original trilogy is very nostalgic to me because I grew up on them, and I still think that they're the definitively best version of Star Wars, even though we've had really amazing Star Wars things since then, and we've had some shitty ones. But I also love both, or I should say, is it 2 or 3? I always forget. I love the Ewok movies. The old school Ewok movies are some of my favorite things. And they are B-level, like, cheesy ass, you know, space opera fantasy crap. But I love them to bits and pieces. People make fun of them, and I'm like, don't make fun of them. The Ewok movies paved the way for so many things you don't even understand. Rogue One was absolutely a solid movie. I loved Rogue One. So, like, don't think I don't like some of the newer stuff that's coming out. I do. I just haven't seen it all. But I am an OG girl because I'm old. So I like the original stuff. I love when Henson did most of their special effects work. Why are the Ewoks called Ewoks, May? I actually don't know that answer. I should know that answer, but I don't. Your son, when he was a kid, loved the 3rd episode? I mean, it's a pretty good episode. It is. But, like, Andor, I haven't watched yet. I hear it's good. But there's been controversy about it, so I just haven't had the time. Honestly. Andor is definitely my favorite purely because of the way it speaks about the cost of rebellion and what it means to give up everything for a future that you will probably never be around. Yes. The irony of the hero's journey is that the hero most likely will never see the outcome that they were fighting for, because they will always, like, martyr themselves for the cause. Yeah, absolutely, Plague. It's a good story no matter who does it. Because Lucas wanted the Endor setting to be Wookiees, but they didn't have the materials for enough costumes, so they cut them down and reversed the name Wookiee to Ewok. Actually, I did know that. I couldn't remember it in the moment. We've been sidetracked from Exocolonist, but yes. Ewoks are just midget Wookiees, basically, because they just didn't have enough materials for actual Wookiees. And I honestly believe that, I mean, yes, George Lucas had a really fantastic idea, but the days when he had to scramble for every dollar, for every scrap, for every, everything he wanted in his movies, and that made him edit down to really what was important to the story he was trying to tell and the film he was trying to make, made some of the best movies ever made. And after George Lucas became wealthy enough to just throw money at a problem and have whatever he wants, aka Jar Jar Binks, I'm not saying that Jar Jar Binks is a terrible character. I'm just saying that he wasn't necessarily necessary to be the comedic foil in the first 3 films that came out later, because we already had R2-D2 and C-3PO, and they had been the comedic foils the whole time, and everyone loved them. So we really didn't need another bumbling fool in the mix. We already had C-3PO, and he was already still in those movies. So why did we need another one? Now, I understand that his plot kind of required another bumbling fool to make the mistake, but they could have made Jar Jar Binks a lot less ridiculous and still been a major plot point of the earlier timeline set of movies, even though they came out after the middle. This always makes things complicated when talking about Star Wars. But like, yeah, he had editors instead of yes men back at the original core 3 movies, back in the early days of like E.T. and all of that stuff. And then when he had enough money for it, he only had yes men, only brown nosers, only people who are like, yeah, throw enough money at it, we'll make it happen. And then he started, I guess, in my opinion, buying into his own legend and just adding things that weren't necessary anymore. Because he has no editors. He has no people to go, dude, that's a ridiculous idea. What is important about this character? Let's simplify this little shit. And make something better out of it. And he just didn't have that. And like, he's retired now. He's not in charge of the Star Wars franchise. It works differently now. Disney's running it differently. That's fine. But like, back in the day when he had grand ideas that had to be edited down because he was constrained by financial situation and the ability of what special effects he could actually do at the time, I think he was at his most brilliant in that era of his life. And I don't think he would agree with me, but I still feel that like that is the soapbox I will stand on and preach to, and that is the hill I will die on, okay? You don't have to agree. I'm happy to let you love whatever characters you like. If you love Jar Jar Binks, more power to you. I just found him to be endlessly grating. I don't think he's a terrible character. I think with the right editing, Jar Jar Binks could have been way much more interesting and way, way better. But like, I feel like they made a mistake on who the comedic foil in the Star Wars movies has to be. And that is just so terrible. Like, I mourn what could have been, you know? It will never happen, but I mourn what could have been. His favorite characters are Obi-Wan and Anakin, and then Obi-Wan attacked Anakin. He then hated Obi-Wan, and when he would play with his Lego, he would have Obi-Wan and Anakin fight, and Anakin would always win. The worst thing he did was sell Star Wars to Disney. PP, I just think, I don't think that was necessarily the worst thing he's ever done, honestly. It was definitely financially motivated. But Disney, as much as Disney is Disney, we won't even go down that road, but like, as much as Disney is Disney, to some extent, they do care about the IPs that they have. They care about their popularity and making sure that they continue to produce and that they don't become a horrifically hated thing. They're not always the most benevolent, like, good people about it, because, Disney is now a financial money printing machine and has been for decades at this point, but it could have been worse. It really honestly could have been worse. I'm not saying that Disney Disney decided to go its own direction. That's for damn sure. They're still trying to figure out how to play nice with Star Wars fans, for damn sure. But they're learning. I watched 6 Star Wars movies in my childhood with my parents. Good times. It's childhood memory, not real movies that I can analyze. That is fair, Broccoli. That is fair. The nostalgia is real. That's for sure. But I'm gonna pivot now back to the game. Thank you for letting me stand on my Star Wars soapbox. Nobody spent channel points for that rant either, so good job, guys. Good job. You tricked me into it. Hey, Tammy, it's okay to be scared. She gives you a long, searching look. My dad always says being scared is an opportunity to do something brave, but you're lucky to have such cool ears. Really? You think so? I don't have the engineering for this. I don't have the engineering for this. I wish I did. She lets you lean in close for a good look at her enormous elf-like ears. You wonder what it must be like to have such sensitive hearing. Can she hear the grass growing? Can she hear your heartbeat? Yeah, they're neat. they're beautiful like the rest of you, because that's the flirt option. Or mean. I do not. No, we're not being mean. Either they're neat or she's beautiful. You guys, what do I do? Do I flirt or do I just be nice? Am I a total absolute flirt like you all know that I am in real life because I think all you people are so beautiful? Or are we just going to be a friend? I read the books after Star Wars Return of the Jedi, and the one rule Lucas always had was that each book had to follow the way the previous book was going. Disney threw all that lore and what became canon out the window. Yeah, they did do that. They did do that, PP, which to some extent I am disappointed in because there were some really great Star Wars books that came out back in the day. I've read a few of the trilogies and they were great. They were fantastic. To some extent, I understood that them taking it over, they really just wanted to go their own way. They wanted to do what Star Trek had done with New Trek and be like, alternate universe, here we go. Like, except without the alternate universe stuff involved. They really wanted to have their own vision and make Star Wars into something new so that people couldn't just go, oh, well, they did this in XYZ book. You know? Like, I understand, but, you know, it's... I really wish that they had been like, this is canon for a universe and Disney universe is an alternate universe. I think that would have gone over with fandom way better than just throwing out all of the things that we had thought were canon for so long. But, you know, your mileage may vary, and to be honest, you can really make canon whatever you want. Like, your head canon can be your canon, and that is perfectly valid, and no one can take that from you. So that's what I suggest you do. If you ever come into an idea from a piece of media that you absolutely fall in love with and then you don't like the direction it's taking, decide your own headcanon and be happy. Because, you know, then you don't have to go and spend money on that thing and they will stop doing the thing that makes you mad. Because they're not making money on it anymore. That's pretty much how it works these days. Only spend your money on the things that make you happy. Because life is too depressing otherwise. Yeah, I can't suggest earplugs. I know, it's a terrible shame. I don't like a lot of Disney Star Wars, but that's why I was surprised that Andor was so brilliant. That's fair, Plague. PP wants me to flirt. Talk about sand. Neat. Don't get between her and Cal this run. I don't want to... I mean, I don't think one flirt is going to get between them, honestly. They've loved each other for forever, Trav. She is beautiful. Are you planning to romance someone this playthrough? Absolutely, Broccoli. Every playthrough. I just haven't decided whether it's Dis or Nem or Sim. Like this amazing show that is talking about the horrific nature of oppression and capitalism and why it's horrible was made by Disney. Disney made a capitalism bad show. I mean, yeah, not everybody at Disney is a douche, Plague. Like, the writers know what they're doing. Just because whoever's in charge right now may not agree with them doesn't mean anything. Palpatine, the Disney is taking over. One, that augment is just all the good ideas are already taken. Two, Tammy. Yeah, but throw everything out like that was so wrong. I think that's why I really don't watch the new movies, which is why I spend so much money on you, May. Plague, stop it. Stop it. Be able to pay your bills first, man, and then spend whatever is left on the things that you love. I don't have to be all of it. Jeez Louise. Yeah, they're neat. We're gonna friend zone Tammy because Tammy and Cal are just perfect for each other. PB, there's some really good new movies out for Star Wars from Disney. Not all of them are great, but there's at least a couple that I would recommend. Your mileage may vary with them. I mean, your personal opinion is your personal opinion. Just watch what you want to watch. Obviously, I'm not going to make you, but like, Disney isn't screwing everything up. They just don't quite know what they're doing yet, I don't think. And it's been like a decade, so they should start figuring it out soon. Hey, Kuro! You actually did never tell me how you wanted to be called. But hi, welcome in. Andor benefited from being a sideshow in the Star Wars behemoth. Less attention by the suits guarantees high quality. You are spot on there. That is absolutely correct. It will only go bad in later seasons because the suits will finally have caught on because it's making money. At the height of Elvis fever, his manager was also selling anti-Elvis merchandise for those who didn't like him, profiting off everyone. Disney's the same. Yep. Absolutely they are. Can I spoil a bit about romancing? Just a thing I found on the internet, not personal experience? Sure. You can spoil it if you'd like. There is no wrong way of saying Kuro Petch. Yes, but it's not necessarily that I want to avoid saying your name wrong, more that I would prefer to call you what you would like to be called. Like, I want to respect you in your preferences because you are a person and you have, for whatever reason, hung around and followed me, and I would like to treat you like a friend because you're my friend now. So sorry, you get to be whatever you want to be called. That's what I do with everyone. They have screwed the lore up. Spin-offs could be okay. I mean, as I said, PP, like, whatever your headcanon is the only valid headcanon that needs to be. And everyone can have their own, which is the best part. And then we can discuss it and it's never a discussion of I'm right and you're wrong. It's a discussion of, well, in my brain, this is how I think it should go. And you go, oh, that's interesting. In my brain, this is how I think it should go. And then, discuss. And if you change your mind, also valid. Well, Andor actually wasn't very successful, so that may not happen, even though they are still making season 2. Kind of funny. I'm practicing aim by killing Zed's name Scrake. That's funny, Mr. Scrake. You are just the most interesting person I know. As you say, it is good. I don't expect English-speaking people to do the R. I don't do the R as it is. I don't know if it's a rolled R or a H R. Like, are you more Spanish, Italian? Are you more French? Like, where is the language from? Is this a what language rules do I need to follow to say your name even vaguely correctly? That I would love that. Spanish? Okay. So it is Karoprech? I don't know. Something like that. I can do the H for the French, but not today because I've been reading and talking too much this week, so my voice is all kerfucked. I may have done some Monster Prom with friends last night, so my apologies. Also, in our Killing Floor community, we have a running gag sometimes to address said Zeds as my relatives. That's kind of cute in a horrifically weird sort of way. Like, definitely a Zed thing. There's a reason I don't, yeah. Therefore, I requested a quote, deploying the Ukrainians. That's cute. You're funny. Mr. Scrake's got a great sense of humor. There's supposed to be there is supposed to be an ending that involves you being together with both Sim and Dis, but I'm not sure if it includes staying in the colony. Well, he tried to escape the colony once and got stopped. I believe there will be an event coming that allows us to maybe escape the colony with him after the explosion. But we haven't gotten to the explosion yet, because this is run number 2. For those of you who aren't aware, I am actually on my second run of Exocolonist. Exclamation mark YouTube in the chat if you would like to get to the playlist where it starts with run number 1 and goes into run number 2, so you can catch up over the weekend. There is, and it's challenging to get together. I'm almost certain that May's not eligible for it this run. I would be surprised if I was, to be truthful. Trav, I haven't, like, focused on any one person yet. I mean, yes, Dis is maxed, but, like, Sim isn't. And I could have spent way more time trying to. And, you know, Nem isn't maxed. Mars isn't maxed. You know, like, these guys just kind of got here, but even still, even with these 3 being new, I could be much higher with them already, and I'm not. So, I'm not doing, like, an efficiency run for anything. I'm not speedrunning this. We get sidetracked too often. There's probably some ism in me. That's all I have to say about that. All right. Back to the game, because we still have yet to finish this event. You tell her that with her amazing hearing, she could be a great garrison lookout, or a musician, or a spy. She looks at you dubiously. I don't think I want to be any of those things, but thank you. She smiles. You're a good friend, Rin. Please don't let my dad know I said I didn't like my ears. Aw, Tammy's care got upgraded. And we got her more, so she's very loyal. She's absolutely a homebody. Not adventurous in the least. Not even a smidgen. And quite shy. I adore her. She's adorables. Tammy is such a caring girl. It's unfair she has to suffer from her sensitive hearing, but so sweet that she doesn't want to be a burden. You give her a big, warm hug, and she says she's going to head inside soon because it's nice and quiet in there. You leave her rubbing one of her ears thoughtfully. All right. Tammy, you're the bestest. I used to like the rainy season, Tammy says, peering out from under an umbrella. But even the rains can't hide how dreary it is here now, don't you think? All of Tammy's stuff is new because we didn't have Tammy in our first run because reasons. I don't know if my mother knew when I was born how convenient my genetic modification would be in times of crisis, Tam says, rubbing her eyes with her forearm so as not to contaminate her gloves. I can work 3 times as long as the other lab assistants, with very little decline in cognitive function. It's true. It is absolutely true. Oh, asshole. Someday I will learn what your story is. Today is not that day. I don't really understand how to progress with Sim relationship. Give gifts that he will then give back to you. Talk to him. That's really it. Like, I mean, I'm already at a 60 with him. It wasn't that hard. Just, you have to, like, meet him early enough. That's the only thing. Nem looks around at all the new soldiers that arrive on the helisphere. They look so cool, she mutters. Why don't we act more like these guys in the first place? Oh my god, girl. Nem gives you a little smile. Thanks, Rin. This was Calm's favorite food, too. Oh my god. My next run, I may have to mod it, just because I can't stand how sad she is. I don't have the toughness to, like, train with her. So sad. Stick. Everyone is very nice here, Nami. Is very nice, very nice. I have a present for you. I'm just gonna give you a crystal, because I feel like it. You're welcome, Nami, you're welcome. Ooh, friendship. Yeah. For just Sim, I think it's late game. For both, it's very late game. Yeah. That's the thing. Gifts don't actually change it. It's like, so it's like story points. Minor spoiler, Sim doesn't go for people in relationships, if that's any help. Okay. So essentially you have to romance Sim first and Dis after? That's what I'm understanding here. Okay, I can do that. You find not, like, I meant, like, actually getting his relationship up is easy, but, like, I don't know like, this is the first time I've met Sim, so I don't necessarily understand what his events will do. Like, second run ever, guys. I don't really know what I'm doing in this game yet. You find Nami Nami in the lounge, flanked by 2 holoscreens and doodling in a sketchbook with real paper. One holoscreen is playing an animated kids show, while the other is a wall of text that looks like it might be a translation guide of some kind. Nami's attention moves between the 3 easily. When they see you, they jump and quickly close their holoscreens, sitting up straight and clutching their sketchbook to their chest. Oh, hi, Rin! They giggle, rubbing the back of their head charmingly. How you doing? Is that in a different language? Well, yeah. Nami says, wrinkling their nose. It's better than the original language, but the subtitles don't tell the whole story either. Nami sets her sketchbook aside and looks around conspiratorially. I thought you were gonna bust me for jailbreaking my holopad, they said. All the Helio kids have restrictions on what we can watch and for how long, but you guys have so many more cartoons than we had. Nami throws their arms in the air. Like the first season of Turbo Girl Hyperjet Transform. What? I love Turbo Girl Hyperjet Transform. How can I do it in her voice but not mine? The frickin' heck? May, you've been flirting with Dis already, and others for that matter. Pretty sure you're not on Sim's radar anymore? We'll see. What? Nami cries, slapping her hands to their cheeks. Really? It's the best cartoon ever made. What else has schoolgirls who look like aircraft from the waist down battling evil aliens while dealing with the stresses of high school life? You have to agree. You were pretty fond of the arc in the third season where Kamiya and Otoko disagreed about whether Haruka, I know how to do Japanese names, Haruka could truly be considered a hyperjet if she was part helicopter. The Helio Media Archives only had seasons 2 through 9 and only 3 of the OVAs, Nami says, puffing their cheeks out. I can't believe in the 4th OVA, Flight Captain Yumiko gets captured by the aliens and brainwashed into thinking she's been an alien sleeper agent this whole time. Is that what you're drawing? Really? Nami exclaims, snatching their sketchbook up again. Don't peek! Lovely. Nami laughs and flips over their sketchbook, showing off some of their drawings. I was drawing some fan art for the show, they say. Well, it's kind of fan art. Okay, it's really more like if I was a character in Hypergirl Turbojet Transform. Well, what kind of aircraft would you be? Because we got empathy. Let's go. Nami blinks at you, clearly stunned by your interest. Well, okay, kind of. You see, all the cool aircraft have already been taken, and it's rude to be a double. They press the tips of their index fingers together and look thoughtful. Sometimes I draw myself, my character, as something weird like a hot air balloon, but then I think, it would be kind of cool if I was the only regular human in Turbo Girl Hyperjets. Provide encouragement, especially with regard to Rex. Absolutely. Like, I don't know who I'll end up with. It might just be Dis, and I would be okay with that. I know that there's many possibilities in here, and honestly, exclamation mark game in the chat if you want to grab it off the Steam store and try it out for yourself, and romance whoever you like. There's still a big crack in the wall in our quarters, and it leaks really bad, Dis says, standing under some cover afforded by the scaffolding. Wasn't a big deal in dust, but now it rains all the time, and... He sighs. No one really cares enough to fix it, I guess. It's fine. Everyone's doing more important things. Dude, if you told someone about it, it would get fixed. This man's. She's at her makeshift desk. We've read this one. Dad! Dad says that the soy bars are a little bit different, and he kind of likes it. We've read that one. Cal! Oh, he's trying to do the beanbag thing, and it's not working out. You're so adorable. I don't have any of the things you like. I need to go out foraging again for more things. I mean, I could just buy cake, but I'm saving for something. Alright. What do I want to do? That is the question. Every time. Well, work construction gives engineering and toughness. We could... grab a little bit of this, actually. Get that second toughness perk. That could be fun. Or we could go back to working on persuasion. Because this is the best persuasion we get, which is only a +2, which kind of sucks. We should at some point get the first perk in combat. I'm not gonna, like, push for engineering and reasoning. I just can't be arsed. Actually, I should probably... Pretty sure that this is the first point in... Or an extra... Cards get an extra +1 in mental challenges perk. I don't remember what this one is. It was a long time ago. Weeks and weeks at this point. How close are we? 62? I'd have to do this, like, twice. Or I could just shovel dirt at geoponics, like, once. Combat 1 is new items, and you'll need slots for those. The Toughness 2 perk looks interesting, and I'm not exactly sure what it does. Looks worth checking out. Alright. I don't want to spend 2 months on it, so we're gonna go shovel dirt in geoponics. Because, you know, this will give it to us. Unless... No, that leans on animals. So, if we want it, this is the way to go. Because the toughness will get supercharged so long as we do well enough in the challenge, so we're just gonna get it in one go. This month your mom has you and Cal digging out rice paddies. You put on mud waders that are way too big for you and stumble into the soggy muck. Cal starts nerding out about mud as he goes. Ground is so soggy because the lower gravity means the water takes longer to seep down, he explains, pulling a big clod of mud out of the ground and slopping it into the hover lift. At least when it's raining, you don't have to use wheelbarrows. Everything is so swampy and warm on Vertumna, not like the dry, recycled air of the stratospheric. The wet ground makes the roots from our earth plants rot easier, so we need tons of mush tree mulch, or this kind of puffy lava rock kind of thing. He stops and rubs his face, smearing mud across his cheek. Maybe we can do that next. I like smashing it up into tiny bits with a hammer. It's nice to be outside with Cal. Oh, too much loyalty. The tropical rain is never too cold, and Cal is great company. Just think about all the cool stuff that's out here, Cal exclaims. Who else gets to shape the planet and provide food for the colony? No one, that's who. This job is the best. He keeps on digging and nattering on about cool bugs he finds in the mud. Up to your armpits in mud. You goof off a little and have fun. Your antics eventually lead to you slipping, and suddenly you're up to your armpits in the mud and laughing as it oozes down into your oversized waders. Let's get to work, shall we? Ooh, a big one is locked. And frickin-tastic. Pair of 6s, a 4. Could do that. Could also do this. I like this better. The super goal will give us extra skill points, so flesh 3, a flesh 2, a straight, and a pair. Good stuff, good stuff. Or we could do a flesh 4. Actually, that would be even better. Or is it? No, this one is actually better. Either way, it's all good. We win. So yeah, we just get it. Yay. Early wet turns into mid-wet. Guess whose birthday it is? Guess who's gonna get a stick this year? Update basic cards in the garrison gym. Ooh. That's cool. It's gonna cost me money. It's gonna cost me money. We've read this one before. It's just like the first year. Again, kind of is a reset. Yep. Cal is still trying to figure out how to deal with beanbag bounce. Mom frowns at the wreckage of the heliopause. Damn thing really did a number on our greenhouses, she mutters. What else can you expect from soldiers? She turns to you with a grim expression. Don't trust anyone whose livelihood depends on conflict, she says. To a soldier, everything looks like a war. Sound advice, Mom. Sound advice. Sad that we have to think about them that way. The question is, which cards does this apply to and what happens to them? Well, we will find out. Yeah, we have read this. It makes no sense. She has stepped down, Mars. Lum is in charge. I don't know why you forget this. Rex surveys the reconstruction efforts with a thoughtful look on his face, which melts away when he sees you and smiles. Hey, Rin, he says. I'm thinking we should put a pool over there. Oh, how about a dance floor with giant booming speakers and blinking lights and a disco ball? Sounds amazing. I have a hug for you, though. Sweet. Go up the hill to see Nami and Rex. Or Dis. Nami and Dis. Got Rex on the brain, clearly. Nami is we've read this one. She's playing Laser Fable. It's so fun. I would love to, but I got things to do. He has not checked the grate in his little hideout yet, but it is raining season, so that place is flooded. Absolutely flooded. Abso-toot-and-lootly flooded. Tammy! Tammy is sitting on the couch in the lounge, reading a book to a small group of older children. They squall and fidget as she finishes the book, then disperse like puffballs in the wind. Tammy sighs and closes the book, looking up at you with a gentle smile. I'm trying, but ever since the creche was destroyed, there's really no keeping this group together. I suppose they were getting too old for the creche. Her smile goes a little sad at the edges. Oh, but isn't it nice to imagine everything is still how it was before? I haven't seen a real baby in years. You are of an age where you could start making them, Tammy. Maybe you and Cal should have a very serious discussion about it. You will make very cute babies. Just saying. Yes, your genetic modification is so convenient in a crisis. Except for the fact that you actually do need to eat like an athlete. Nem! Yeah, vase, kinda hot. Totally. Speaking of the birthday boy, you know what? I have something for you. Have a freaking stick. Dumbass. What even is this? Vase asks, holding your gift at arm's length. A birthday gift? You Stratos have strange tastes. Look, it's the stick I'm gonna beat you with someday, okay? I don't like him. You can tell. So yeah. Let's visit the gym. Ah, these are the basic cards. This one's 70. 50, 20. Upgrade. Now it's a 1. Ah, I see. I now have 2 first steps. Well, upgrade this one, please. Ooh, I cannot upgrade it anymore. I can buy cards, too. I can buy basics. Now I have some 1s. I really should make into not 1s, but I've spent money and that was enough. Now I'm broke again. Oh well. Okay. What do I want? What do I want? What do I want? We could get combat. Let's get combat. Yeah, we'll get combat. Let's go to defense training. Get some combat in. She can't. They are not allowed yet. Remember, later Lum will come up with the news that this has been lifted and people can apply for having kids. Yeah, I'm aware, Broccoli, but I'm just like, they could have that serious conversation if they want to be seriously together and have kids once allowed. Now, before the announcement, so that they can just go get busy when it happens. Like, talk about it first, you guys. Be on the same page. You know? You know? There's so many people training in self-defense today that you have to break out into stations. What do you want to work on today? Virtua Space helmet training, capoeira, or smashing things with your fists? Capoeira. The last time we did this, I was like, yes, let's go with the dancey martial art. The South American dancey martial art. Because it's freaking cool, guys. Look up the videos on YouTube about it. You are going to be like, whoa, that's badass. Happy birthday, Vase. Here's your stick. My what? Your birthday stick. Everyone gets a stick on their birthday. And now we all sing the stick song. You Stratos are weird. Yeah, basically that, Trav. It's, you know, it's the stick we beat you with. So that you aren't such an asshole. Look, I know, that's terrible. He is perpetuating a cycle of bad. I understand that. I've been spoilered on his bullshit. It's just, that's what I want to do, is beat him with a stick until he's less of an asshole. I don't think it actually works that way, but you know, the urge. Nem's been studying videos of other martial arts and wants to learn some sweet dance moves to show off in class. She needs a partner, and you jump at the chance. Rhett watches you both, a skeptical look on his face. What does this have to do with self-defense, he says. The point of all of this isn't to have fun, it's to learn how to not die. Whatever, you're too busy learning how to do sick handspin to pay attention. He rolls his eyes and stalks away, muttering about how you're wasting your time. You feel more in control of your body, though, which is undoubtedly going to help you in an actual fight. That is the point of it, after all. This card becomes a 3. Well, this card is now a 3. We can do a run of 3s. This is good, and also this. Super gold. Super gold. I love it. We win. Because of this, our combat doesn't quite make it, but it's almost there. We did make friends with asshole, but that's fine. Nem friendship is good. Nem friendship is good. Mid-wet becomes late wet, which means it is time to give birthday gifts to the twins. Yeah. Someday. Someday I will find out what your baggage is. Nem doesn't say anything as you approach. Nem. Nice. Nice friendship. Ooh, we got something going on with Mars. Interesting. She's in love with the sky again. It's raining, so it doesn't really go on forever when you can't see it, but sure. Hey, Dis. Maybe we deserved it, Dis mutters. The new ship didn't save us, just delayed the inevitable. When their food and weapons run out, we'll be back where we started. Didn't they learn anything? Nobody ever does. He scrutinizes the device for a bit, but then his shoulders slump. Did you give this to me because it's my birthday? He asks. I actually hate it when people make a big deal about my birthday. It's, look, maybe you should just go do something nice for Tange. She actually likes the attention. Look, I did something nice for you because I like you, asshole. Stop it. Stop being mean to me. And I intended to give Tange a birthday present anyway, so I don't know what your problem is. I mean, I do know what your problem is, but, like, stop making it my problem. I think that your target for Nem is 90, so good luck. Yeah, I don't think I will make it. I need to find more eggs. Yep, we have our knowledge. And I have a flower for you, okay? Yep, I've remembered your birthday. I hope you find it useful. You're welcome. She doesn't do the flirting thing. We know that. I romanced her last time. Just keep being yourself, Tam. Just keep being yourself, Tammy. That's all that matters. Rex, my man. Hugs incoming. Thank you. Mars, what's up? Mars and Nami are bent over one of Nami's sketchbooks. Mars is talking animatedly with expansive hand gestures. Nami is nodding along and taking notes. No, 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 Mars exclaims. This neckline needs to be bolder lines, and down here, lots and lots of extra fabric. And make this part gold. I want it to scream. I don't have to work like everybody else. I'm only here to look beautiful and have people adore me. You have asked, Broccoli, and I have an understanding of it, but I don't have the specific wording of what it is. Apparently it's very, very sad. And it's part of the reason why he's as much an asshole as he is. That's what I know. So, yeah. I will probably not stream my run with Vase on my, like, I probably, like, when I get around to that, I'm probably not going to stream that. I'm just going to play the game. So, if you want to spoil it, Broccoli, because you must, feel free. I will give you permission. But thank you for asking in advance of giving spoilers, because I do try to, like, at the very least find things out on my own first and ask when I need help. Just because I feel like the exploration of a game is kind of half the fun, you know? But since we will not see Vase's specific storyline and how, like, why he's an asshole on stream, feel free to share with the class. Unless it's Darkest Dungeon 2. Mr. Scrake, you know I'm terrible at the game. Absolutely the worst. Like, I don't even know why you watch me. All I do is fail. You are better at the game than I am. Mr. Modern Man. Plague, welcome back. But we do have to work, Nami pouts. Nanoprinting's restricted for these kinds of materials. It costs kudos. Mars rolls her eyes. That's the point. Nami huffs. Not everyone has as many kudos as you, Marzipan, especially as Helios. We didn't have any at all until we landed. If I want to wear something other than uniforms, I usually trade or model clothes instead of printing new ones. Mars looks appalled. You trade clothes? You don't even sell them to each other for kudos? Nami shrugs and tucks her hair behind their ears. It's just, some kids can't afford to print this kind of clothing, right? So you're losing out on them as potential customers. So maybe instead you could design clothes that are pretty, but also made from common materials, so everybody can have them? Nami smiles brightly. Then maybe when you're in charge, you can get rid of kudos entirely. It doesn't seem right that we trade kudos for extra stuff when we're all supposed to only have what we need anyway. Nami packs up their sketchbook and leaves, and Mars turns to you with a thoughtful look. Oh. Nami doesn't know that I was the one who started selling things for kudos in the first place. My dad keeps saying that I shouldn't do that because hoarding kudos and treating them like currency will cause, she makes a quotation marks in the air with her fingers, wealth inequality. Do you think they might be right? Nami's right. The Helios are broke. Oh. Mars tapping her chin. I mean, I knew the Helios were tragic. I just thought they had terrible taste, you know? The uniforms and the haircuts. I didn't know it was because they were poor. I really don't think that kudos make everything unequal, Mars continues. Like, you can always work harder if you want something nice, right? That's what I do. Mars looks genuinely troubled. It's great that we have everything we need. Well, as long as there's not a weird disease or a famine or whatever. But we're still poor, you know? She sighs. We're poor in culture. Like, yes, every colonist has a steaming pile of mashed trivet every morning, noon, and night. But what if I want to watch a holovid I haven't seen a million kajillion times? Mars puts her hands on her head. When we only focus on survival, who's making the holovids and the symphonies and the gourmet food? She throws her arms in the air and shouts, we have everything we need, but we're poor. Poor people don't care about art. Mars snaps her finger. No. I got it. I'm a genius. If the adults won't incentivize the creative class, we need to do it ourselves. We need to get the adults on board with adopting kudos and using it to pay for luxury goods. Instead of slaving away at the depot or the kitchen, people like Nami could be artisans. She grabs you by the shoulders. If we have an actual creative class, maybe we can get some culture on this stupid rock. I can't believe I never thought of it before, she says, clearly possessed with a beautiful vision. I'm the richest teenager in the colony, but what good is it if there's nothing to buy? Here I am, sitting on more kudos than I could ever use, and I could have been using it to kickstart the creative economy. I could be a patron of the arts. Mars releases you and pulls up the finances screen of her holopalm. You catch a glimpse of her balance, which is more kudos than you've ever made in a year, at least. Yes, good, Mars says, thinking out loud. More than enough to start. She looks at you. Well, Rin, she says imperiously, you'll join me, right? Let's give away some kudos. But no one here gets paid. Sorry, Broccoli. It seems that Automod was being mean. My father started talking to me and I couldn't find a way to leave politely. It's no worries, Plague. Real life over stream life. I assure you, you were fine. I've heard some conflicting things about Vase's background. There aren't any repositories of all the text, so it's down to what people mention that they've seen, and they haven't all agreed. It's actually more of a joke. His augment is having a big dick. Well, the game says well endowed, but from my understanding, that's basically it. The main disagreement I've seen is who chose that. Some say it's his parents / father, and others have said that he got to choose it himself. And I'm not hunting up a Let's Play to find out. Which is funny, because he is a dick. Oh, absolutely. It's me being rude to Vase, so no problem. Yeah, Automod doesn't quite understand that the bullying that we do is oftentimes towards the characters in the game that we do in sort of a funny, lovingly way. It's not a very serious way. Like, if there was real bullying going on in my chat, I would be timing out and banning people left, right, and center. But, like, Automod is the only mod outside of myself, and I get to decide whether or not you guys can be dick to the characters in my game. So, you know. You can bully Automod. Automod is just an ignorant fool. And we are not loving towards Vase at all. No, Trav, we are not. You explain that just like people don't get paid for being farmers or soldiers, people who create art shouldn't be paid either. The colony should just support artists outright, even if they're not essential to life. Mars looks at you as if you've started speaking an alien language. Well, yes, obviously, she says. When I'm in charge, the colony will support artists just like we support everyone else. But until then... This is a terrible idea, Mars. Oh, Mars says, considering. Do you think so? She turns on her holopalm again, frowning at the numbers. It's fine. I don't need your help. There's literally no way to dissuade Mars from what she wants. Right. Well, that's fine. I'm gonna get another hug. Because... hugs. Have we done the circuit? Yeah, we gave you your birthday present. We talked to you guys? I don't remember. Who haven't I talked to today? Have I gone up here? I don't think I've gone up here. I got sidetracked. She's still exclaiming over the sky. Oh, I did give him his present already, though. It takes a long time to find Dis today. When you do, he's hiding in the bed of one of the transports used by expeditions. Don't make me go home, he says, pulling the dust tarp over himself. It's so crowded, I can't hear myself think. Well, I'm not gonna make you do anything, Dis, so... I don't think I've gotten over to this field yet. I did the circuit over there, and then I just haven't gotten over here yet. There we go. Mom's at her desk, so that's good. Dad is arguing over livestock versus... aliens versus livestock, because the Helio soldiers cannot tell the difference. And Cal is trying to kick a beanbag and not very good at it yet. Perhaps not ever. Alright, so with that being done, we've talked to everybody. Now we've got to figure out what we're doing today. I'm going to do another round of combat. Yeah. Also the fact that he broke the goodest boy's arm. I mean, he's missing an arm too, so... you know. Death to Vase. She needs to test her theory. Mars does some shit wrong, but she's definitely got conviction down. I mean, she's too shameless not to have conviction. Like... Alright, defense training, go. You've heard Security Chief Rhett is on the lookout for lookouts. That is, for kids to chill out on top of the walls all afternoon and count Xenos. Sounds way better than going to class. He gives you a once-over, eyes narrowed. Alright, he says. Look over there at the end of the field. What does the sign say? Well, we have plenty of perception, so... You can read the sign easily. It says, if you can read this, your eyesight is 20/20. Huh, what a weird sign. What does that mean? Rhett nods in approval. Good, you pass. Come back next month, I'll put you on the roster. Cool. Let's see here. 8, 7, a 6, a 5. You don't have a 4. This is already super gold, though. And if I do this... that also becomes an 8, which is still a super goal. This is better. Okay. We will go with this. Nice. Easy. I mean, I haven't bumped up the difficulty on the challenges, so of course it's easy. But now we have combat. It is now glow, where the bad things happen. We actually have enough combat for doing stuff. We've got new cards in the depot, of course. Nem. I don't have the thing you like. I'm gonna give you a stick. You're welcome. Beat something to death with it, I guess. Base. Base looks up at the sky with suspicion. It's like this for a whole month, he says, and then you say a bunch of animals attack? Yup. Happens every year. It's pretty creepy. Tange. Finally, an acceptable season, Tange says, looking relaxed for the first time all year. Not too bright, not too warm. If only it was like this all year long. I think you might rethink that, actually. Mom and Dad are out. Weird. I'm not usually... I mean... My parents didn't survive the first time around, so... You spot your dad standing stock still, his eyes closed and head tilted to listen. Hey, Gooseberry, he says, recognizing you from just the sound of your footsteps. Have you ever paid attention to the planet during glow? It feels different. He blinks his eyes open. It's like a hum, he continues. Maybe from the plants. Heck, maybe from the wormhole? Got a point there, Dad. Take care of yourself, Rin, Mom says grimly. She's taking a break, hot blep tea in hand, looking warily out towards the walls. I don't want you too far from the colony if we're attacked again this year. She turns to you. Don't be a hero, Rin. You kids need to stay safe. We are the next generation, so... Cal looks troubled as you enter the gardens. Do you hear that? He asks, cocking his head to the side. Usually all the critters make more noise than this. I wonder what's going on. Dad, have you been sniffing the fungi again? You sound weird. I know, right? Dis looks up at the dark sky, illuminated by the fungal glow coming from the forest. Do you think it's gonna make a difference? He asks, not looking at you. The soldiers, the walls, the explosives. They're gonna keep coming harder and harder until we're dead. He's not wrong. Gates are closed. Can't do anything there. Doesn't seem to be anybody over here. No collectibles this time? Usually I have at least a crystal somewhere, but apparently not this year. Weird. Alright, what do I want to do this year? Probably just go back to the depot. Yeah, it's weird that there's not anything out here to collect. Just weird. I can do lookout duty, which is perception and animals, but I don't need either of those things. So... I'm not particularly stressed out or anything. It could help in the kitchens, but I kind of need the persuasion, honestly. The only place I can get persuasion is freaking the depot. So, I guess we're working the depot again. If everything's sounding weird, it might be a good idea to try out that play lookout job just to see what's out there. No. I'm just trying to figure out what I want to have a little bit of work on. I think working in the depot is the only way to go, really. OMG, Mars enunciates, drawing your attention from stocking the shelves. Did you see the new requisition come in? It's from Rex. I wonder what he wants, she says, scrolling through it. Ugh, he's so hot. I hope it's something for me. He knows I like gifts, right? You pull up the requisition on your own holopalm, and it's a mess. Rex has no idea how to fill these things out. At the bottom, under additional comments, he's written, Lamau, sorry, I don't know if I did this right. Help. You and Mars exchange looks. If you want to an excuse to spend some one-on-one time with Rex, you'll have to fight her for it. Well, we have the persuasion to fight her for it, so I'm gonna. It's your turn to stock the shelves. Look, I have flirted with all the peoples. I'm gonna flirt with Rex too. If I want to go hardcore sim dis, I'll have to do that in my own time, I think. The challenge of not flirting with Rex. I know, it's so hard. He's so cute. Look at this boy. Thank you so much for helping me with this, Ren. Rex says when he comes in, looking at you with big, helpless eyes. He rests his hand lightly on your forearm. I've never really done this before. It's just a lot to take in, you know? Don't worry. We'll go slow. Rex snickers, delighted that you continued the innuendo. Okay, thanks! Unable to stop herself from spying on you, Mars resorts to stocking shelves nearby. She makes a gagging noise. Yeah, she was just hoping to do that for herself. Come on. Interesting. What do I want to do here? That's the only gem card. We can do this if we want to. This gives us more skill, and it is a mental skill thing. This makes a lot more sense. Yeah. That's a win. +6 to organizing. Nice. Now we can finally talk to our mom. Finally. Over halfway through the game, finally talk to mom. I mean, after we get attacked on Glow, of course. You're relaxing in your quarters with your dad when you hear the colony siren. The enemy is here. Your dad looks up from his novel. Huh. Seems early this year. We should head to the shelter in the lounge. You've been drilling on the new evacuation procedures for the past month. There's no need to be a hero now that there are so many new soldiers from the Helio. It's probably best if you just follow instructions and head to the lounge with your dad. Nope. We're going. You muster with the rest of the defense force at the gates. Rhett and Lum are arguing about what tactics to employ. Lum keeps trying to rally the soldiers with a heartening speech about giving it everything they've got. All the drones, all the explosives, and Rhett keeps coming in. We don't need to take any big risks, Rhett insists. It's a smaller attack, and we have more than enough plas rifles and turrets. We should save our other resources for when we do need them. Why do things halfway? Lum exclaims. We need to get in there and kick their asses back to the goo they came from. We need to show people that we have everything under control for morale. Rhett tries one more time to wrest control of the forces back from Lum, but Lum cuts him off. Fire the explosive rounds, he orders. Arm the charges! Shells scream through the permanent night, followed by explosions you feel vibrate up through your boots. The Helios are unfazed, but you and the other Strato guards exchange nervous looks. You hear yelling, then another boom as the secondary explosives detonate. The baying of bloodthirsty animals reaches to your ears, and then... Lum holds his finger to his hearspeak. Great work, just the stragglers incoming. Opening the gates. Well, it's an easy combat challenge. We are actually equipped for it this year. Sort of. I mean, we don't have the thing equipped, but, you know. Well, this will not be the highest value card by any means, but we can... This card is unchangeable. +3 to this card, so we can actually do, like, this. That actually is a pretty good opening round. I think if we do this... do a pair of 6s. That already hits goal in round 2, so that's pretty good. Six, 5, 5, 4, 4. Nice. 2 pair, one straight 3, and a couple of flushes. Very nicely done. Super goal. Like it was hard. Nice. Good thing all those explosives are easily replaced. Uh-huh, uh-huh. You face off against a lesser Xeno, some kind of finned semi-aquatic thing already half dead and limping doggedly through the gates. It's almost comical how easy it is to stun and kill it. By the time you're done, the other soldiers have dispatched the rest of the creatures. Smoke drifts in from the battlefield, from the explosions, an acrid scent of triumph. After the attack, Lum gathers everyone in the lounge and holds a big celebration for the soldiers. There's feasting and drinking and songs of valor, and as the party goes on long into the night, some drift away in pairs, or more. Mars and Rex keep the dancing going. Even Nem seems to relax, especially when the other cadets invite her to drink with them. Cal and Tammy sit together and talk all night, giggling about something and going quiet when anyone comes near. Tonight, everyone seems convinced that this victory means the colony will be safe forever. Maybe it will be. You sure want to believe it, too. Yeah, we want to believe. Do we actually believe? But we know it's not gonna happen. Wait, shit, I put question mark instead of exclamation mark? My career as a Twitch chatter is ruined! We practically have infinite of them? Oh. Mm-mm. It is not an honorable victory, and it does give the aliens some sense of how powerful we are, so that they will go hardcore next year. You won't go to Stovecore now, like Dr. Man. Indeed. These are all the cards we have received. We're up 17 kudos from last year, plus up 9 stress as well, and up 10 rebellion. We have done plus 10 food from over the last year and plus 6 defense as well. Here are the skills that we have upped. Our persuasion has actually gone up quite a bit, although I think it's counting the gear that we're wearing as well. Here are the relationships that have moved up, and we are about to be a sweet, sweet 16. Hello, Mars. Don't touch me, Mars orders, raising her hands in the air. I just did my nails, and if you mess them up, I'm going to scream until the adults come and throw you in space jail for crimes against sophistication. Sure, Mars. You sure you don't want a pretty crystal? Yep, it is very pretty. Hey, Cal. Cal's at the door to the barn, pulling a pair of stretchy gloves. Palomina's calving, he said. He says by way of explanation, gotta get in there and make sure everything's going okay. Do you need me? No, not particularly. Dad! Yep, your mom is an incredible lady. He's still very much in love with her. But she's here! She's here! Mom is here! Don't you have something you should be doing right now, Rin? Yeah, I was gonna come tell you what I learned today. You've been so busy lately, the only way you're able to get all your work done is to multitask, studying while you're eating, brushing your teeth in the shower, listening to hollow novels while you're about to fall asleep. You have to double up everything. You kind of expect your mom to tell you to take it easy, but she just laughs and claps you on the back. You're my kid, all right, she says. Just too much damn work, not enough hours a day. I know how you feel. Oh, Mom. You're here. She was dead already by this point, you guys, so I'm just, like, stoked to have our mom around. She's the best, you know. Hey, Dis. I'm gonna get to you last. Don't worry, I'm coming back. I am. Nami! Nami is grooving along to music only they can hear through their hear speak. They bump into you and gasp, gesturing off to turn off their hear speak. Oh my gosh, I didn't see you there. Sorry. They dust you off unnecessarily. Good as new. They chirp. What's going on, Rain? Just got a pretty crystal for you. Yes, it makes rainbows. Rex? You're standing around gossiping with Rex when he suddenly goes quiet. You turn to see a group of teenage soldiers from the Helio staring back at you from across the courtyard, scowling in derision. Don't pay attention to them, Rex mutters, turning back to you. They know they can get under your skin, they'll never leave you alone. Trust me, it's just better to smile. Well, have a hug, Rex. Rex folds you into his arms, bending his whole body to you. He smells warm and a little spicy, like clean sweat and sunshine. It's a good hug, the kind that makes you instantly just a little more relaxed. Well, you're also getting a stick, my mans. Nothing a dog likes more than a stick, right? Yep. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Okay, I'll be back. I gotta talk to other people. I think quiet is my favorite season, Tammy says, inhaling a big breath of fresh air. I think it's just so lovely that everything seems to just stop. I think people could benefit from taking some time to think about what we're doing every once in a while. You are absolutely correct. And I'm going to give you a flower for that. Thank you so much, Rin. These are my absolute favorite, especially the yellow ones. Gosh, she's such a sweetie. Someday I will steal her from Cal. I will be ruthless in my efficiency. Oh, thank you for the hydrate. Yes, chat, please, hydrate as well. Hydrate away, you guys. Just because they're hydrating me doesn't mean everyone else can't participate. We're all in this together. Tange is deep in conversation with someone from the heliopods, making notes on her holopad. The soldier leaves, and Tange turns to you and acknowledges you with a small smile. Perhaps I was too quick to judge the soldiers, she says. In the past, great scientific advances have been made in the service to the military. Ultrasounds, the microwave oven, blood transfusions, even the internet, which was the precursor to holopalm connectivity. She taps her finger against her chin. There may be a way to work in tandem for the good of humanity. Well, I, have a pretty flower for you. I hope you find it useful. You're welcome. We don't flirt with Tange because we know that she hates it. Like, literally hates it. Dem takes a big pull from her canteen, sighs, and rubs the back of her hand over her mouth. Woo-wee, Rin, this training business is hard. I wish we could train together, but I am not that tough. I don't have any of the things that you like. Can't give her that. She hates those. I'm gonna give the pretty girl a pretty flower. Thanks. It's not great, but it's something. It's something. Hey, asshole. Still an asshole? Yep, still an asshole. Well, didn't like you anyway. Okay, I guess we have to do Rex, because I said I would do Dis last. Okay. She likes some flirting. It honestly just depends on the day, and sadly we can't analyze her to see if she'd be cool with it. Yeah. You find Rex in an empty space outside the lounge, setting up a construction holoprojector and running through different projections of future buildings. Taking notes on each, he looks up from his holopalm as you approach and bursts into a huge smile. Way hey, Rin! Hey, what's going on, Rex? Rex jerks a thumb to his chest. You're looking at the newest member of the colony construction crew. I'm surveying the colony for places to build new private family quarters. People are going to want to raise families here soon. Isn't that real? Why the construction crew? What's not to like? Rex replies. I get to be outside almost all day. I get to make something great, and hey, he leans in conspiratorially. Have you seen the bods on the rest of the construction crew? Ah, woo! Am I right? You're not wrong. Besides, he continues, I think I kind of got an idea of what I want to contribute to the colony. I want to build a bar, a real one, not just a canteen. Nice decor, space for live music, cushions everywhere, fun drinks. Mars has been helping me with the details. He sighs dreamily. Can you imagine? A place where the whole point is just to relax and be with your friends. You know what? That sounds like a great idea. Also, I need to inform you of the sad truth that on your last playthrough on the scene on the roof where you console her, she is completely down with hooking up with you even though you went to the other option. Plague, you tell me now? Ugh. That's okay. Someday I will get that queen in the right place. I did not get the best ending with her, but it's okay. And I think Instance would have discovered us anyway. I think so too, Rex says, spreading his hands wide. People need leisure time. We need time to connect with other humans. We're social creatures. We need our packs. All I want to do is help people connect with each other, you know? Rex says. I love building things. I love cooking things. I love making people happy. Coming together to create something is why we're alive. He gestures around. I don't mean buildings. I mean, they're all right. But what I'm really into is everything that goes into making a building. It's more than just walls and a ceiling. It's an agreement between people that we're gonna form a society, that we're gonna cooperate to make something bigger than ourselves, and then we're gonna meet there in peace. Oh, you idealistic man. Rex shakes his head, clearing his thoughts. Sorry, I'm just really passionate about this stuff, he laughs. This and hugs. We humans are also really good at hugs. He absolutely is. I didn't want to spoil you because literally everyone in chat was saying she wouldn't like that, even though I knew she would. But you can do the roof even without having a relationship. Good to know, Kuro. Rex rubs his thumb across his chin, thinking, hey, actually, can you help me? Can you bring me any mushwood sticks or logs you find? I want to start stockpiling them so when I get approval to start building the bar, we're good to go. What's in it for me? Rex tilts his head, frowning for a second in concentration before smiling again. My undying love and affection? He answers, then laughs. Psych, you already have that. I'm coming in for another hug, man. I just had to hug you twice. That was good. Alright, we got the opportunity to help with Rex's bar. And now it is time to see what is up with Dis. Dis is relaxing in the back of one of the expedition vehicles, absorbed in a holonovel. You clear your throat and he jumps and gives you an awkward but genuine smile. Hey, Rin, he says, pulling the legs out of the way so you can climb in beside him. It's getting harder to find places to be alone here, don't you think? It'd kill to be out exploring, but Utopia insists we have a rest day. He rolls his eyes. Dis closes his holonovel and sighs. It's just so crowded here, he complains, and it's boring. I'd rather be out there with Sim, learning about this planet. Dis continues, looking wistful. He folds his hands over his heart. He's so interesting. I could talk to him forever, you know? Like, we really connect. Have you gotten much out of him? Yeah, Dis exclaims, sitting up straighter. Well, I mean, sort of. He still says there's stuff I'm not supposed to know yet, but I figured out a lot on my own. He's literally perfect and I will take no other opinions. Rex is one of those characters where if somebody I knew disliked them, I would have to reevaluate my entire opinion of them. I mean, fair, Plague. Fair. He's very much your vibe when it comes to what you would like in a partner. The biggest thing is that this planet is basically all connected. Like a fungal network that's so old and complex, it's practically like a computer, he says, talking fast and excited. And not just the mushrooms, the trees, the animals, even the rocks and the water. Dis smiles. He didn't want me to know that one, he confides in you, but I guessed it. Remember how your dad got sick every year from the pollen, and it was actually fungal spores? Well, I just started thinking from there, and yeah, it's like every year the planet refreshes its communication network with fresh spores. It's so cool. I knew that one. Really? Dis says. Well, how about the fact that Sim is really old? Like, really, really old. Dis continues. Like, probably thousands of years old. Sometimes he talks about stuff from ancient history like he was really there. Because he totally was. Dis laughs a little. But he still acts like a kid sometimes, you know? Like, he loves holovids and candy and playing tricks. I knew that. Oh, right? He said you helped him get access to the Holovid archive. Good job, by the way. Oh, and I've seen other gardeners, Dis says quietly. They don't look like Sim at all. They look like... well, they look scary. Whoa, no way! Okay, one more, Dis says, his face going pink. The gardeners don't have clothes. Sim was naked when I met him. I need to bring him clothes from the colony. No wonder he dresses like Dis. He got Dis's style. I am delighted to find this out. I had a sneaking suspicion, but like, it's so obvious. He's also a guy which, like, I love all people, but I find I tend to lean more towards men. Indeed, Plague, indeed. Traveler's like, yes! Are you blushing? No. Dis stammers, his face going even more red. It was just really embarrassing, okay? He was naked. I didn't know where to look. What about you? What has he told you? Well... Dis is listening intently. Sim's hair seems alive. Dis rolls his eyes. Well, duh, anyone who sees him knows that. He says, it like moves, right? I thought I was imagining it, but it's kind of like how plants move to face the sunlight. That's all I know. I wish we could tell people about Sim, Dis says. I feel like people knew him like we do. They'd realize that what we're doing is wrong, and I'm scared that if I tell someone, Sim will never talk to me again. He says we're not ready. We can't tell anyone what we know. I know, Dis mumbles, sighing as he thunks his head against the window of the cab. I don't want to mess up whatever plan they have. I just want to help, you know? Dis is a hard choice, because... Dis has a crush on Sim? No, surely not. I mean, first impressions, man. That was a vivid one. I'm sure Dis will not admit to the fact that he has definitely thought about that during some self-intimacy moments, if you know what I mean. We do know that Dis wants to help the gardeners. We also know that we can't trust the gardeners because they have no motivation, no reason to keep humans alive, to keep humans here, to not just eradicate them. I have no idea. For Dis is an innocent sprite. Sure, Trav, innocent, right. Let's see here. He's 15. Innocent is what you'd call him. Right? Innocent? Sure. Right. 15? Innocent? Nah. Nah. He's not that innocent. He's a rebellious teenage emo. Come on, let's go. Exactly. Plague knows better. I know better. But what I have now is a very curious decision to make. I could say that I know, and essentially that's like agreeing, not, you know, nodding and smiling or agreeing with him. Or I could say we can't trust the gardeners because they really have no reason to keep humans alive. We aren't exactly adapting to fit in with the local ecology. Like, the gardeners are going, you're an invasive weed species that we need to eradicate immediately before you eradicate this world, like you've done a million times elsewhere. That isn't to say that humans couldn't adapt to becoming a much more connected part of the world, but this is a hard decision if we're gonna stay in character, so to speak. Just agree with him. You won't persuade him of anything that goes against his current beliefs. I mean, you're not wrong, Trav. Everyone else is saying 11111. Also, an ad break is incoming. I know I haven't been very good about warning people about the ad breaks. I should probably set something up for that, but I'm not good at doing stuff like that, so someday. I know. Dis nods and turns away, done with this conversation. Dis is kneeling at the edge of the expedition's staging area, checking through his backpack. Can't wait to get out there again, he says. I hate being cooped up in the colony with everyone's drama and everything always smells like shit. Takes a deep breath for effect. Yeah, I'm not gonna miss that when I'm gone. No, you definitely are not. Hey, you want some of this? I have no idea where I found it. Just places. Okay. I really need the persuasion. I want to get out there, though. Because all of this is reset. And I need... Maybe I should survey the ridge again. Tis my birthday month. I'll get a little bit of engineering from it. Woo, we'll be up to 7. I miss my sub. Well, time to rob a bank. I was an innocent 15-year-old. Kind of had to be. Parents ruled through fear. Bleh. It's overrated. Being 15 is definitely overrated. We're gonna go to the ridge. I want the collectibles too badly. And whatever this is. You're about to set off on your gliders when Dis stops you. Actually, he says, looking around fervently, I want to show you a place I found when I was scouting. You look up from your holomap. It's not on any map yet, he says. It's special. I want to show you because I think you're the only person in the colony who will understand what it means. You and Dis set off, hopping for a few hours before the trackers in your holopalms ping Utopia that you're not where you said you'd be. After a short trek off map, Dis takes you to a round door set into the side of a cliff. The door is glossy black and made of something that's part bone and part stone, like the rest of the congruent domain architecture you've seen. Unlike the ruins, this place looks, well, not new, but definitely well maintained. Yeah, that's a bravery. Dis touches its finger to the center of the door and it dilates like an iris. Previously unseen seams folding in on themselves, the noise like rock grinding together. Inside is a lumpy, smooth tunnel that reminds you unpleasantly of intestines. It looks like you could barely fit in there on hands and knees. An unexpectedly cool wind ruffles your hair. Well, we're going in. You both crawl and inch your way through the tunnel to where the cave opens up. About 10 or 15 meters in, you stand in a cave that looks part organic and part intentional. A curious mixture of almost organic-looking stone growths, crystals, and glowing mushrooms in a riot of iridescent oil-slick colors, some of which look like they could have been controls for an ancient bioweapon. Your view deeper into the cave is obscured by layer-caked stalagmite pillars. Everything is dark, but for the eerie glow, you're using your holopalms as flashlights. But it's air-conditioned. Cool, fresh air is blowing from vents in the floor. I haven't figured out what this place is for yet, Dis says, touching a mushroom with his fingertip. It puffs out a cloud of glowing spores, and he sneezes. You spread out to see if you can decipher this place. Like, what the heck is that? Writing on the wall? Console-looking thing? Glowing thingy on the ground? What do we want to touch? Looks like a good place to hide out if you decide to abandon the human race. Sounds like my younger brother who got away with everything because he was the youngest and he was my stepmother's only biological child. You want the collectible? We're gonna get more collectibles in this area. Of strange devices, no less. I came here specifically to pick some up. What do we want to do, guys? we'll make with grabbing then? An alien alphabet in front of you and still doubt? Ha 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 ha. It's not a doubt so much as I am asking for chat's opinions because I love to hear from you guys. I know that I am a lurk-friendly chat, that interacting with me is optional, as optional can be, but at the same time, I still love to hear from my friends. What does chat want? Oh, I didn't necessarily get away with shit. I just never let my dad find out till years later. That's fair, Plague. Those are definitely two ways of going about it. Definitely not innocent at 12. Yeah, well, you know, the internet is for porn. I'm very sneaky, and the glowing thing. Alright, alright. Multiple people want me to pick up an extra strange device, so let's go. You pick up another strangely warm, glowing whatever it is. And how about the writing on the wall? There's a huge faceted crystal plate embedded in the wall, engraved with deep glyphs, convergent domain writing, you guess, and some kind of map? There are lines between the symbols. You trace your hand over it, but can't make any sense of it. Well, what in the world is that console-looking thing? If it's a screen, it's all dark, like when congruence isn't active. Unlike congruence's colorful decorated chassis, this is decidedly alien tech feel. You fiddle around, touching things at random. Don't do that, hisses Dis, but nothing happens. What if I did this? Dis makes a shocked noise as the reality of the cave melts away and you find yourself back in the depot. No. Not back, not entirely. Can still feel the cool, moist breath of the cave on your cheeks, can still smell the funk of the mushrooms, but everything else is exactly as you'd expect, as real as if you could reach out and touch it. You feel embodied, like you can feel the pressure of your feet, 4 feet, on the ground. Utopia walks through Dis, rematerializing on the other side to talk to one of the other surveyors. Dis passes his hand through her image with excitement, with amazement. Are they spying on us? He breathes. The image of Utopia doesn't seem to hear him. You take your hands off the controls and the cave returns. Dis blinks at you in the sudden gloom. What the hell was that? He says. It was like we were really there, like we were seeing out the eyes of some kind of animal, like we were the animal. We can't tell anyone. Dis nods solemnly. We can ask Sim about this place later, he says. We have to keep his secrets. You agree to keep this monitoring station a secret. Ah, this is how they know where to send everything. I'm watching stream on the move now because I'm going to get baked goods. Let's go, Plague. Enjoy your baked goods. I stepped away for a moment. Did May say the internet is for porn? Yeah, I did. I absolutely did. I am referencing a song from a play, by the way. I love Utopia smiling clueless. Well, yeah, what else do you think they created a massive computer network with good image sharing for? Exactly. Alright, let's go pick up some stuff. Do some things. I know I can't reach this yet. I have to go all the way around the long way. But I can pick up a flower. Giveth up the goods. Giveth up the goods. I wanteth all the goods, like this strange device. Ooh, it's another one of those things. I probably will do that event then. You find your way blocked by a massive wall. No, a hollow pillar, knocked over and lying on its side in the sand. It's absolutely massive. It stretches to your left and right, at least a kilometer in each direction. Though at some points it's crumbling enough that you could likely scale over it. But we are going to check it the heck out. Valid is wild. Opening volley. We could do a pair of 3s and a 7. 18's not a bad opening. Grab your dick and double click for porn, porn, porn. Yep. Avenue Q, Sesame Street for adults. Indeed, indeed. Well, not like things that are pre-baked, just things to make things I will bake. I haven't made cookies in ages, so I'm gonna do that. Cookies. What kind of cookies? Are you going for sugar cookies, classic chocolate chip, oatmeal raisin, peanut butter cookies? Like, what kind of cookies are we talking about here, Plague? This is a plus for gem cards. So that's a gem card. That's a gem card. I actually am gonna do a thing where I do this. And I'm gonna do, well, that becomes a 5. 22 isn't bad. I can do better this way. Yeah. 23 is better. Next round. Caramel and both milk and white chocolate. That sounds like an amazing cookie. Nice. Super gold. Almost spot on, too. Pair of 5s, triple 6s, and also a flush 3. Nice. Nice. We win. Got some engineering going on. Got some kudos. This looks giddy as you follow the pillar to its base, a large pyramid almost entirely lost under the sand. You brush away some of the sand and find that the pyramid is inscribed on all sides with pictures of, well, wormholes, you think. This pillar must have once stretched up to the sky. Maybe it was some kind of observatory or sacred building, or just a monument to the wormhole. Mysterious. Yeah, there's some cool events here that we haven't done a lot of. I could do more of them, but I'm looking for the collectibles. I want the stuff. Give me the stuff. I need all the stuff. Flower. Pretty flower. Well, there's Sim. We do have things to ask him. I will be back. I need to go collect all the things. Like this. Yes, please. Thank you very much. Ooh, crystal. Pretty. Anything over here? Nope. There's Utopia. We'll talk to Sim first. Yes, please. Pretty flower. Collectible? No. Collectible. Yes. Yes, I know. I will be backtracking. It's okay. And then this is the boss event, which we will be doing. What is this strange device? Alright, time to go talk to some peoples. Oops, not you yet. This way. Ah, there are my friends. Okay. Yeah, I fucking love baking. Ain't the best at a lot of actual cooking, but I'm a good baker. I never learned to cook when I was younger due to sensory issues with it, so I'm making up for lost time. Technically speaking, cooking and baking are essentially the same science. It's just that the science that you use for cooking is slightly different because the materials involved are different. Whereas baking um, seems easier because the instructions are far more clear. It isn't that the instructions are unclear in cooking, it's that there's just a lot more fiddly, in my personal opinion. It still depends on like weight and density and what you're dealing with, but like, I don't know, there's something satisfying about mixing something together, putting it in an oven for a while, and then taking it out and it being done. Whereas cooking is kind of like a whole, you always have to be involved process. There is some overlap, especially with like casseroles, but I can do the drier stuff. I just feel all fucking gross with wetter stuff. I mean, that's fair, Plague. That's fair. That's fair. For once you see Sim before he sees you. He's crouched just off the path, staring at a flower, his face blank. He doesn't react as you approach, so you watch him for a while. He's so perfectly motionless you'd think he was a plant too. His eyes aren't focused. Is he accessing some kind of mental interface? You wish you didn't have sensory issues, life would be so much easier. Have you considered using gloves? The stretchy medical gloves. That might help. I can agree with that. Not good with dough and all the mixing and kneading. Yeah. I mean, if you can just use stretchy gloves that don't set off your sensory issues, you might have a lot more easier time with the wet stuff because then you're not directly touching it. You still will get, like, it will dim down some of that texture in the wet. It is something that you can try. I don't know if it will work. You may decide it's too much fussiness, or maybe you don't like the texture of the gloves, but you can try it. Eventually, you clear your throat. Sim carefully stands up and turns to face you. For a moment, you're not sure if he recognizes you. Then he tosses his head and a grin leaps to his face. Rin, you caught me checking in with the boss. You have a boss? My boss. As I told you, they aren't fond of change, he replies. They're also very much like your boss. What's she named? Utopia? He tilts his head to the side. Her name word is fitting, isn't it? He lays one finger against his chin. I appreciate that she always reminds you not to get yourself killed. I wish you'd listen to her. She gave me a job to do. And I have my job, Sim replies, which is to protect this place. He laughs. Protecting you seems to be my hobby. Oh, I love those sorts of gloves. I wore a green screen suit all day last week, remember? Very similar. I do remember you mentioning that. You know, I'm just saying that, like, depending on your sensory issues, some people will not like the gloves, but it is an option to try. And, you know, there's the different materials that those particular types of gloves are made out of that may be better or worse for whatever it is you're trying to do. So you'll have to look into that. But, like, if they're medical grade gloves, then you're not likely to make problems for your food as well. So, just a thought. If the boss finds out I'm talking to you, I'd be in trouble, so shh, he murmurs and puts a finger to his lips. And why keep talking to me? Sim smiles warmly. Because you're the person of my dreams, literally, he replies. I can't seem to stay away from you. And because you humans are different, he continues. I'm so bored of everyone else on this planet. The other gardeners, my boss. They have everything on Vertumna, just the way they like it, and don't want the teensiest thing to change. He sighs. It's boring. Aw, Sim is a rebel. He's a rebellious one. I mean, technically he's neutral, but it's a bit of a rebel. See that tree? Sim points to a large tree with many long limbs dripping from it and embedded in the ground. That tree was a small creature for a part of its life cycle. You call it the Ricky. Once it plants its roots, that's where it stays for the rest of its life. The gardeners spend time as trees too, sometimes hundreds of years. If you do that enough, you start to think like a tree, set in your ways. He spreads his hands, an earnest expression on his face. When I watch you, when I talk to you and learn about your species, I feel inspired. I feel young again. I, on occasion, have a genius thought, Plague Doctor. I, on occasion, can think good thoughts and express them in a way that people appreciate. And I try to be helpful. I am overly eager to be helpful in life, which means I cannot do sales. I've tried. It's just terrible. I wonder if some of the faceless you killed were gardeners occupying that body. It's possible. It's possible that the largest, most terrifying monsters we've come up against are actually gardeners. Or it's possible that they were made by the gardeners for a specific purpose. Hard to say. Will Sim ever tell us? Who knows? Wait, how old are you? I like to think I'm young at heart, Sim replies with a mischievous smile. You have so many more questions for this man, or gardener, or whatever he is, but as soon as you open your mouth to ask another, Sim cocks his head as if listening and holds up a hand. I'm sorry, he says, looking for all the world like he's listening to the dang flower, but I must away. And with that, he's gone, off to protect the wild, or rescue damsels, or whatever. Or maybe he's just avoiding your questions. Tell me your secrets! I need to know, I want to know, please. I have to know. You come up on Sim practicing something that looks like yoga. His body moves in very unnatural ways, like he's double-jointed. There's so much possibility with this body, he observes. I cannot help but think humans don't appreciate the limits of their forms. I feel positively nubile. Hey, I brought you something. What haven't I given you? I've given you this. I've given you one of these. Let's see if we can get anything out of him about this root. He likes everything. We already know that. Sim examines your gift in great detail and asks various questions about where and when you found it. He hums to himself as he turns it over in his hands, a broad smile on his face. Remarkable, Rin, just remarkable, he says as he hands it back to you. You are truly the most thoughtful of gift givers. I have enjoyed our present to the fullest. You try to explain that you can just keep it, but he just smiles again and shakes his head. Allison, welcome in! I'm talking to your boy. It makes sense that a wonderful person has wonderful thoughts. Plague! What is this? Compliments? Knock that off. Knock that off right now. I'm just humble me. Blustering me on stream. What is wrong with you? They never say that directly, but it's possible. But they certainly create creatures and manipulate them. Such wonderful timing on my part. I know, Allison, you come in just to see your boy and also to see me flustered by somebody being sweet to me in chat. Like, what is this life? Hey, could you help me calm down? Because I'm now flustered from Plague and it's all his fault. Of course. Ah, we are a balloon floating away in the sky for some de-stressification. I absolutely will not be safe out there, but thank you, Plague, Sim, and Plague. I'll thank you even though I'm flustered by it. May knows she's wonderful. It's just who she is. Winter Fairy, don't you double down. No, I refuse. I'm just me. I'm just me. I am a Dice Goblin Trash Human. I don't know what you're talking about. It's only natural I would compliment you. It's so incredibly easy with how great you are. Oh no. Oh no, chat's being mean to me today. I see how it is. Yep, Plague and Winter Fairy are ganging up on me. I am threesomed at this point. You guys are the worst. I love you guys so much, but stop! I think my face might fall off. I'm just saying, it will burn up into space. Like, stop it. I am, like, tomato red right now. Winter, I thought you were married. What is this? What is happening right now? Oh my god. Utopia, save me. I am easy to fluster, clearly, Broccoli. Oh no, there's more getting involved. Help! Help! Somebody save me! Oh, Utopia, please! Utopia sent a team of geologists to get a closer look at this region's weird terrain. You come across them working, and Utopia beckons you over. Rin, she says, drawing everyone's attention to you. Rin, come here, everyone. Rin's been working in this area a while, and I'm sure all's got plenty of information on what's going out there. Because I'm in any all, so it's an alls. The geologists politely turn towards you and listen. She's really easy to fluster. Trav, stop. I mean, I just mentioned this myself, but like, stop it. There's a reason I love Lex so much. He's a flirt, and also all the other great stuff about him. Yeah, Rex is great. He's absolutely great. Such a... Oh my gosh. Winner. Stop it. Stop it. My voice is destroyed from voice acting for like a month now. I don't know what you guys are talking about. Here's what we got so far, Utopia says, speaking directly to you. Judging from how the layers of sedimentation are broken up, this place used to be pretty flat, for there must have been a ton of earthquake activity ripping up the land and bringing up these huge ridges. We can date the quakes around the time a lot of these ruins were created, she adds. And we're looking, but we haven't seen anything built after them. Like, that was it for the old convergent domain. I'm not even gonna deign to read out what you guys are saying in chat right now. Hey, YouTubers, if you're watching this on YouTube after the fact, just know that they're continuing to try to fluster me, and it's working ridiculously well, and I both can't stand it and also adore it. So, YouTube, I'm so sorry. And also, you're welcome. These broken up layers are the same across the planet. Something sure happened about 20,000 years ago. Well, we're helping them work today. You set up a drone hive to measure the sediment layers along the cliffside and learn a few things about rocks. And got stressed. Alright, time to do the boss event. I think those two were the interesting ones. I'm sure there's other interesting events in just like the regular events. But, I don't want to use up all my stress here this month. So I still have my birthday to get through. So we're gonna go check out what this is. There's an ad break in about a minute for those that it matters to. Trav, you are not helping yourself. No. No. I'm not reading that. Absolutely not. YouTube, I know you can't see this, but compliment May in the comments, please. You're even going to get YouTube to bully me into being flustered? What is this? I mean, I don't get compliments on my YouTube videos on the reg anyway, but like, what is this? YouTube, don't listen to them. Say mean things in the comments. Hate me on YouTube, please. Hate me. I beg of you. Ouch, she won't read my thing. Send her all the love, YouTube, says Winter Fairy. Ah. Be contrarian with YouTube. You won't get anything extra for it, but, you know, at the very least, I can continue not having self-confidence. Yay. How could anyone hate you? Surprisingly, Plague Doctor, there are people who hate me in this world. I don't, like, go out of my way to make enemies, but apparently somebody does. Don't worry, I'm leaving a note to myself for putting up compliments on the vid when it goes up. Oh no. Trav has penciled in doing comments on YouTube into his calendar. I'm screwed now. Save me, boss event. Save me. A duel in your honor? What honor? I have no honor. What do I look like, a lady? No. At best, I'm a wench. A wench, I tell you. Utopia's given you clearance to poke around the ruins in the secret valley. Stars, this place is neat. Dis thinks so too. At least we didn't have to climb back down again, he mutters, but you can tell he's excited. Your honor has been besmirched, you hear me? She's very much a wench. Besmirched. Gotta be crafty, leave them on videos she won't expect it on. An awesome wench. Oh no, don't go into the backlog and start commenting on all the videos, Allison. Whatever will I do with that? Actual traction on my YouTube videos? No, absolutely not. No. I do these, I put those up there just for you guys. Like, why would you do that to me? Give me a YouTube career? Please don't. I don't know how to do that. This showering me in compliments is very uncomfortable. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know how to take a compliment. I really have no idea how to handle them. Winterfairy, please give all your munchkins my love and be safe acquiring a son from a bus stop. As you must do on a regular basis. The buildings are arranged in a spiral formation around a central point. They're made out of that oil slick obsidian, something that looks like petrified bone, and have parts missing where some other organic material has long since rotted away. It's all overgrown with vines and buried in shifting sands. You follow the spokes of the streets until you approach the center of the valley, where a large pyramid-shaped building sits surrounded by thumpers and a variety of other buildings. Let's check out the pyramid. You walk around the massive pyramid, but you don't see any entrance into it. It's sealed tight. It vibrates with significance and looms hugely in your dream memories. You feel faint just being close to it, but Dis doesn't seem to feel anything. When he insists you give up and investigate something else, you don't complain. The four thumpers are in careful alignment, forming a square with wide paths between them and the pyramid in the center. One is almost totally reduced to rubble. None are still active. Smaller, more deteriorated pyramid buildings dot around the valley, purposes unknown. There are also dozens of little obelisks, a couple of meters wide with a circular design on one side. You approach at random one of these on the edge of the valley. Like the door in Dis's monitoring station, you know what to do. You get right up close to the circle and touch it, and the iris door slides open. Now you're looking through a large round door into a small, featureless room. Quite small, quite featureless, totally dark, very creepy. But you can hear a faint hum. Is it still powered? Well, we are certainly not Sir Robin, so we will bravely walk inside. Goal of 90. Okay. We're going to do a run of 4s for a starting round of 21. Let's see here. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. That becomes a pair of 4s, though. 45 isn't bad. I mean, that's actually pretty good. We could make this even higher with all of these gem cards, but I kind of like where this is going. Can we do better? Not enough score. Straight 15 is really good, though. If only I had more of these cards. Better. Closer. We just need more points. Well, I can do that. It's gonna cost. Got it. It's just many sticks. It's fine. Okay, I'm halfway through giving you a compliment on every Exocolonist VOD. Plague. Oh my god. I'm gonna get to YouTube later and be utterly shocked. And now I have to respond to them all? This is gonna be a hell of a day. I might not respond to them until tomorrow. I'm not gonna lie. But I win this very hard challenge, or this hard challenge, with the great use of mushwood logs for scourge. Got some extra bravery for it, though. You walk in, disc close behind, and suddenly the iris closes, the floor lurches, and you're moving down. An elevator! The elevator squeals and grinds away like it hasn't been used in literally thousands of years. It doesn't go far, then grinds to a halt, and then the iris opens to reveal a large room with obsidian walls. Like all convergent domain spaces, it's more cave than room, with stalactites everywhere and giant lumpy mounds of fungus. You wonder if the obsidian stuff they built with melts over time, running and dripping in extreme slow motion. There are consoles on the walls, like this is some kind of control room, just like the monitoring station Dis found. Most of it is long, dark, and covered with a thick layer of dust, except one device, with two weird bony knobby sticks poking out of it. You're starting to get the hang of these convergent domain interfaces. You just take a hold of these two stick thingies and you cease to be yourself. You're like a visual, audio, and weirdly tactile representation of something vast. You have a feeling of being in a large and complex space. No, like you are the space. A digital space, like a computer system. As if you were sucked inside a 3D representation of the HoloNet, and you could see files and processes and the whole worlds of data.
but in alien formats that speak to you more in sensation than logic. You let go of the sticks and the console room comes back. You grab them again, and understanding fills your head. It feels not all that different from your bouts of deja vu remembering. Like of memories being inserted into your mind, and you suddenly just know how to use this interface. You just think where you want to go and what you want to know, and away you go. The word array comes to mind. A network of computers hosting millions of data nodes, information on every part of the planet from weather to soil conditions to individual creatures. Not just computers, but entities that feel intelligent and also digital, artificial consciousnesses like your ship's AI congruence. They're processing all that data and triggering subroutines that make minute changes on the planet's surface. Then a booming voice enters your brain and obliterates all else, speaking more in abstract thought than words, but loud. What are you doing in Wormhole Observatory Array Console 5, you nosy little creature? Then an explosion in your head, and you're thrown backwards and out of the array. There must have also been an explosion in your hands, which are now singed. The console is blown out and dead. You're shaken. Something didn't like you poking around in there. Whatever the array is, whatever lives in it, has been watching you, probably ever since you landed. You have a feeling Sim has something to do with this. He's either in league with the array, or he's part of it. But knowing Sim, he won't tell you anything until he's ready to. You tell Dis about the array, and the voice saying, Wormhole Observatory. He looks around, impressed. The Convergent Domain was sure up to some shit, he says. And now you know about the array and how to access it. That could come in very useful if it turns out to be a danger to your colony. You decide to call it a day. Your arms feel all tingly and weak from getting electrocuted, and your heart is still thumping a mile a minute. But you'll be back. Plague, literally any comment is more comments than I get on all of my videos, so I don't ask for, subscribe, ring the bell, comment, yada yada, share with friends on my streams because it's a little weird. I realize that I'm not a YouTuber, I'm a streamer, I'm a Twitch streamer, so the VODs are just there for people to enjoy, and I don't put a lot of effort into it. I don't even make any money over there because I don't expect to become a YouTuber. I don't edit anything, I don't do a lot of work with my YouTube videos. They're just very raw VODs and a place to store them, essentially. So all the comments, as much as you guys are now motivated to do that, are optional. Please understand this. I'm gonna go home. That was a lot. I don't think we'll get any more out of this place until we've left and come back. But we've gotten some more engineering out of it, so here we are. I ain't looking for engagement. It's just 16 excuses to compliment you. And why wouldn't I do that? I have absolutely no argument for that, and I wish I did. The sun's rise again after glow, heralding a new year. It's your 16th birthday. Sweet 16. You wake in your new quarters, blinking into the watery sunlight. Dust motes float through the air, and you take a moment to enjoy the perfection of your bed while you listen to the sounds of the colony waking up outside. So much has happened in 1 year. Just a few short months ago, you thought your life was over, and now it's better than ever. There's plenty of food, and the colony is safe. You even have your own bedroom. You're considering snoozing until your parents wake you up when your reverie is interrupted by someone sitting on your balcony. It's Dis. He's on your balcony? He's starting to act more like Sim every day. Finally awake, Dis says, slipping off your railing. Thought you were gonna sleep your way away your whole birthday. Happy birthday, by the way. You watch the sunrise in companionable silence. You look down from the balcony and see Tammy and Cal walking hand in hand across the colony square. When they get to the lounge, they embrace. Wait, are they kissing? No way. Well, it was only a matter of time, honestly. Your parents wake up shortly after that, and you order up your traditional birthday breakfast feast. Your dad gives you a big squeezy hug and tells you he's proud of you. Aw, my parents are here. And Dis came to see me on my birthday. Oh my. Definitely dating Tammy. Oh, look at that. Definitely dating Cal. Dis, still question marks. We don't know. Nem, still question marks. Rex, still question marks. And then there's Mars, of course. Yeah. We only have one grayed out person in this list, and 2 people I've not met, ever. Interesting. Still people to meet. Well. Hey, Dis. Dis is squatting at the edge of the colony, staring off into the wilderness with his arms wrapped around his knees. It doesn't matter, he mutters. Soon I'll be gone, and then you'll be gone. He puts one hand on the ground. We'll all be gone eventually, but this planet will still be here. You are starting to act like Sim more and more every day. Holy shit, dude. What was that about? Can we tease him? You spot your mom conferring with Cal, pointing out various places to deliver supplies to prepare for planting. Cal is listening intently, almost worshipfully, as she explains the crop rotations for the next 5 years and how it'll affect soil nutrition and yield. Your mom catches your eye and nods, and Cal turns to see you. Hey, Rin, he calls out. What's up? Do you need me? No, not really. Just wanted to say hi. Dad. I did not come here to ask you to let me do something that Mom would say no to. I just wanted to say hi, Dad. I promise. Mom. Yeah, I'm getting big. It happens. Growth spurts. What can you do? Rin really has the best parents. Mars? Mars surveys the colony like a queen regarding her subjects. I've been thinking about ways to improve this trash heap, she says. The problem with getting people to listen to my ideas. They still think I'm just some kid. She scoffs, as if. They think of me as a child, they'll be all the more surprised when I'm running this place. Yeah, we don't have some hot goss to share, but, you know, it's the thought that counts, I think. Oh, hey, asshole. Bye. I don't know why I talk to you. It's just a habit, I guess. Nem is leaning on a fence that goes around the outdoor training yard, watching soldiers train. Specifically, she's watching Vase. You elbow her in the side and she jolts and laughs awkwardly. What's up, Ren? Ugh. I think this is a diss run, unfortunately. You and Tange are talking when a group of children bumbles boisterously past you. Tange rolls her eyes. I have always prided myself on not acting like other teenagers, she says. I'm simply not like other teenagers. That's for dang sure. Rex? Rex is perched on a fence, his lunch forgotten in his lap as he hollers compliments at people passing by. That color looks great on you, he yells at someone. Have you been working out? He yells at another. He catches you watching and shoots you a goofy grin. Back on Earth, they used to call this catcalling, he says, shrugging. My way's better, I think. He's not wrong. He's not wrong. I do that in public too, is I just compliment people and watch them smile. I'm really bad at flirting. Can you tell? You guys don't have to worry with us around, Nami says proudly. It's super great that we showed up when we did, right? Now the colony can protect itself and the people on the Helio who don't want to be soldiers. She gestures at themselves. Well, we don't have to be. You are absolutely 100% right. This is the correct thing. Tammy, Tam. It's time to get cake. See, Rex is so brilliant. He's just yelling out compliments. He has an improvement over catcalling. He calls it dogging. He still doesn't know why he gets funny looks when he says this. Oh, Trav. That is, yep. Spot on. Spot on. Tammy beams when she sees you, like there's nothing better in the world than the sight of your face. Happy birthday, Rin, she exclaims. She comes in for her annual birthday hug, throwing her arms around you and giving you a great big squeeze. Here, I got you this. She steps back and reaches into one of the many deep pockets of her dress, producing a little paper box. I made you this, she laughs, opening it to reveal a little snack-sized cake. You take a bite. The cake is light and flavorful and drenched in sugarbug syrup. It's delicious. Thanks to the Helio's hydroponics and the help of some native flora and fauna, Tammy's cooking ability has come a long way from dressing up soy rations. Tammy watches you eat the cake with a look of delighted satisfaction. You can share it if you want, she hints, smiling sweetly. If that would make you happy. Of course we're sharing it with Tammy. We have always shared it with Tammy. Are you kidding me? Or he knows and says it because it's funny to him. He is very knowledgeable about that stuff. I mean, both. It could be both. Tammy laughs. I was just kidding. I made my own, silly Billy, she says, pulling out a second box. Let's eat them together. Look at that. Look at that adorable blush on her face. See, she doesn't usually blush. What? You know. We don't have the empathy to do random acts of kindness with her. We still need the persuasion. I think that's everybody. Thinking. Let's see here. I could visit the spa and get rid of some things. We've got really low cards that we could get rid of. No, I'm actually pretty happy. It's fine. And supply depot. What do we got? Autoplay best hand, -2 cards. Plus 50 combat, ×2 bonus for pairs, plus 20, +2 bonus for pairs. 2 cake. Or not 2 cake. Nothing I absolutely want out of this lot. I just figured I'd come look at what has been added. Honestly. It would be nice if I could gift and or sell equipment that I have, but it's not that kind of game. Yeah, we're just gonna go back to work in the depot. Because I want that persuasion. It's fine. I don't have the actual, like, persuasion forward job, and I don't know how to unlock it, which is kind of annoying. I may not be able to. Oh well. Tammy is so ludicrously nice, she needs to be locked away. Nobody should be allowed to be that nice to people. Who says I'm not that nice to people? Ah. You're trying to find Administrator Seek to ask about something and accidentally stumble into a meeting they're having with Governor Lum. You didn't catch the topic of the argument, but you managed to piece together that Seek is trying to get Lum to come up with a way to explain something important to the colony. Whatever it is, Lum is dismissive about it. You hear him say he's not here to hold people's hands, which frustrates Seek. Figure it out, Seek, Lum says. That's your job. Well, we're spying on them. You pretend to organize some papers and listen in. The colony is spending a lot of resources on the security squads, and these need to come from other departments. Seek tells Lum he has to present the budget and convince the council this is necessary. The governor is tired and cranky and doesn't want to bother with another boring meeting. Lum rubs his temples. Ugh, why is this my job? He complains, even though it's clearly his responsibility. Can I get an assistant to take care of it? Well, I don't have the persuasion or the loyalty to get this job, so you ignore them. You've got better things to do than listen to Lum and Seek argue about administration. It does seem like they need an assistant, though. Maybe you can offer your services later, when you're not so busy. Plague. Nobody can afford to lock me away. Not even the, you know, the men in the white jackets can afford that. Ooh. I like that. That's nice. Very nice. I super gold that kind of hard. Not gonna lie. At this rate, I'll probably get organizing perk 2 before I get persuasion perk 1. It's so funny. Those nice young men with their clean white coats. I know, they're so ever so nice. Late Quiet is Tammy, right? No, she's Late Pollen. Nobody else but me has a birthday in Quiet. That's right. But unfortunately, this is where I must leave it for today, you guys. So we're going to get in a cheeky save. It is stream number 19. Right. Fantasmagical. So thank you guys for joining me once again on the Adventures of Rin. I'm May and I stream Monday through Friday at 1 p.m. Eastern US time. And if that is not your time zone, please give me a follow, put on notifications, either here or on Blue Sky, or preferably both, so that you know when I go live. Over on Blue Sky, you can also get to know other things that I enjoy and my thoughts on the games that I play. So I would love to become even better friends with you. So come join me over there. I can follow you back. We can start discourse. We can get to know each other more. Let's do this. Because we're all friends now, right? 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 Anyway, I also have a YouTube channel that has been mentioned a couple of times this stream. Here's the link if you'd like to run over there, subscribe and ring the bell. You'll know when the VODs go live. So if you miss anything at all, for any reason, anytime, day or night, wherever it's convenient for you, you can have my company, see what I've been up to, catch up over the weekends when I don't stream, and, you know, just have me for cooking, cleaning, working, sleeping company, should you need it. Should you need it. In any case, I do raid my Twitch friends. Here's my raid message, but if you'd like to spice it up with your own love heart or raid emojis, you're welcome to do so, but mine's perfectly copy-pastable for everybody. And let's go find out who we're raiding today, because I got friends and I like to support them in this thing that we do together. I got a couple of choices here, but I'm gonna go with Psycho Phoenix. She's playing Dead by Daylight today, but she plays a variety of games per stream, not like me, who just plays a variety of games overall. And she's having fun, likely with friends. So we're going to go say hi to Pee-Pee because she came and said hi to us. I hope that the rest of your day, evening, morning, whatever time you end up running into me, either live or on the VODs, is fantastimagical. I hope that I will see you the next time I go live at 1 p.m. Eastern US time for some more I Was a Teenage Exocolonist. And outside of that, you guys, I'm just so glad you're here. So please know that I love and adore you all. But for now, we must raid in 3, 2, 1. Bye, guys.